count. Drop. We got nowhere to be, so we watching the clock. Ain't no time, we don't stop. Like it or not, all you niggas get stitched like designs on my socks. I got the moves, watch how I groove. Pumping the bass, feel it all through the room. All in your face with my whip, watch me zoom. Stay up all night, then wake up after noon. Damn, I don't know how far we'll go. I'm trying to see if it works like this. We made our own flow. Switch up and trying to see if it works like this. On another level, y'all see me on StreamYard? Y'all see the? So we speed it up. We gon' tear this bitch up and we don't give a what. I know we ain't the only ones rocking, but I bet that we're the only ones doing it like this. We take the party low, it ain't no stopping. We control the whole thing so clean. I might just rage when I'm up on the stage. We take over the front page. All my people just rage like this. Rage. Get loose tonight. Just watch my moves, alright. Old news, y'all haters, old news. We moderators. Like all views, yeah, we need all views tonight. I'm like an animal, could turn it into cannibal. I look across the room and she's shaking it like an animal. I had them all running like basketball. Don't involve us in no drama, cause we gon' change it all. I got the sauce, some chicken ramen noodles. Tell her shawty run her mouth, but she be looking like a poodle. I maneuver through the scene, I'm watching them all lean. Breaking the necks, chasing chicks, trying to stay green like us. Stay clean like us, count cheese like us. They wanna know how we don't never say please and still make moves. We count by twos, cause one just ain't enough when we come to mess it up. Yeah, I'm at the top, you know they watching me. Yeah, I pour a cup off the balcony. Yeah, these haters thirsty coming after me. Yeah, I strike them out soon as the batter swing. I know we ain't the only ones rocking, but I bet that we're the only ones doing it like this. We take the party low, it ain't no stopping. We control the whole thing so clean. I might just rage when I'm up on the stage. We take over the front page. All my people just rage. And we vibe. Stepping out the whip, we fly. Yeah, and we vibe. Rocking to this shit all night. Yeah, just let go. Don't let nobody tell us no. Yeah, just let go. You know that we run this show. Yeah, I know we ain't the only ones rocking, but I bet that we the only ones doing it like this. We take the party low, it ain't no stopping. We control the whole thing so clean. I might just rage when I'm up on the stage. We take over the front page. All my people just rage. And we vibe. Yeah. We fly. Yeah, and we vibe.
Bro. This dude Diddy. First of all, his name is Diddy. Yeah, this dude's name is Diddy. Talking about send baby oil here. Y'all worried about Diddy and baby oil? That's on y'all mind? Y'all worried about Diddy and baby oil? Like, for real. Y'all gotta get a life. So, yeah, man. Y'all gotta get a life. You see about I'm chilling. My shit's straight. You trolls, y'all gotta get it straight. Y'all gotta get it straight. You troll, you out. Simple. Y'all gotta get it straight. Supreme Elite team, y'all, we good. We good in real life. As you can see, we good in real life. We have fun in real life. We party in real life. Hey, man, you got racks in the bank? Shout out to you. I don't know, it don't mean anything to me. I ain't spending it, but shout out to you. A lot of people in my group that follow me in my channel, my Supreme Elite team, they got racks too. I got millionaires in my group, so I got people that are millionaires in my group, so it ain't congratulations though. If that's what you want to hear. Congratulations. So today, with these Moors, the sovereign citizen Moors, we have a sovereign citizen Moor, but she's the white version. See, the white people, they don't call nationals, and they move off the redemption theory. All right, these the redemption. I'm connecting me. So everybody, if you on this YouTube live, get off this live and go to the other one, which I got on StreamYard. Let's do it like that because y'all not gonna be able to see. Y'all just gonna be able to see me. I thought y'all be able to see this as well. But so I'm gonna end this here, y'all, and then Tony and all y'all come over to the other one, not this one you on. Click on the other one, and I'll wait for y'all to get on the other side. All right, you broke Moors, yo. Thank y'all for showing up, even if you trolling, because every time y'all show up on my live, I make money. Thank you. It's boosting my algorithm. Y'all coming in trolling, it's boosting my views. Thank you. You could say thank you, but you're here with me. But so thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I get paid off it. Y'all don't get paid. Y'all don't get paid to troll. I get paid to pay y'all mine. I get paid to pay y'all mine. Come on, man. Make it work. Make it make sense. All right, we're gonna give y'all a chance to get up in here. I tried an experiment, didn't go good, but we are still here. So let's get up on here on the other side on StreamYard. For some reason, man, if it's like the notifications hit like that when I'm going strictly live off. See, when I'm going strictly live, Chief Mac, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Questions don't make sense. See, Tony, the thing is with the legit, it's just that most people just have an envious spirit. Most people have an envious spirit. Now, check this dude Bubble for a second. Don't time him out for a second. Look at that comment right there for a second. Just look at it. Everybody pay attention to this comment. Right there, the last one. I'm gonna highlight it for you. Now, but watch this though. Look at this individual right here. Bobo. Already suspect with that name. No avatar. Nowhere to show your face, nowhere to communicate back and forth. So think about this, y'all. These people, they take the time to set up a Google account or whatever account they use for YouTube. Go through all the information. Set up a fake name. And what they do is they take their time and they look how much time that takes. And they come in and then they post stuff like this. Now, this person may not behave like this in real life, right? But this is how, when they're in the confines of their device, this is how they really act. Because if this person likes in front of public, this person wouldn't say this in public because everybody look at them like a creep, like a weirdo. So they wait till they get into the confines of their area so they can be who they really want to be. Now, this person took the time to come say this, to come on my channel and say this. You know, every time you click on my channel and comment, it boosts my pay. It boosts my algorithm. So the fact that you said this, I get paid. This is why I don't think y'all understand it. Without y'all without y'all even knowing, you guys are making Bubbo, people like you are making me money, even though you're not trying to make me money. This is the part that I'm trying to get you to understand. You're not be disruptive, but what you don't understand is you're making me money in the process. See, my people, they're going to time you out. But you need to understand that you got to find a way to disrupt what's not going to be beneficial to me, because you're making me money. Every time y'all comment, YouTube's the algorithm sees the comments. It's like, oh, he's getting engagement. So you think it's actually a positive for me. It's just my people in the chat, they going to time y'all ain't going to see that stupid shit. So for y'all to, when y'all come do it, number one, you got to ask yourself, why do I really matter to you that much? And then obviously, y'all, we must be doing something right. If they got to come all the way over here to do that, nobody trolls a channel that don't mean nothing, that don't matter. So y'all can go ahead and show Bobo the exit sign. Actually, I'll do it for you. But it just goes to show that come on, y'all. It's proofs in the pudding. Y'all know that. Proofs in the pudding. But this is why we do what we do, because we don't want to end up like these people, y'all. These people have no lives. They're not getting to no bag in real life. They're not trying to increase their learning and understanding that'll put them on elite status in this world. These people don't want to do that. They want to come and troll. But them trolling is not making them money. So they're trolling on a channel that's going to make the owner of the channel money. It's like, if you're going to be disruptive in a manner where it's not beneficial to the person you're trying to disrupt. Gosh. And y'all saying Diddy too much for me. I mean, I've never thought he mattered that much in your lives. Yeah, Diddy. You know? Got a check in the mail, you know? It's not just me. Other people on my team, and y'all, this is what I said, they will hate more. When other people starts to get results, when other people starts to show up with their testimonies, this is where they really hate. Because like I said before, my short, if it's just me saying I got the remedy, it's just me. I mean, that's cool if it's just me. But other people are starting to show up with their own results based on what I'm teaching. And people that's watching from the clouds, they can't help themselves. They got to come say something to be disruptive. They got to get a reaction out of me because I'm someone important. Because if I wasn't important in these people's mind, why would they care about getting a reaction out of me and trying to disrupt? Why would they care? But I'm important, and I know I am. Thank you for validating my importance. I appreciate it. And everybody in my channel, on my team, is important. They're just mad, y'all, because they don't have a wrench, and they're not part of the team. And most of all, they're broke. So let them keep hating. How can I tap in? Emmanuel Harris, you have to send an email to the email at the bottom of the screen, thomaslegacy603.com. All right, so y'all, let's get to the video. Now, if you was in the Supreme Elite Team class last night, it was another bombshell. Yeah, check the community tab. There you go. It was another bombshell last night. Whoever's in the Supreme Elite Team last night, once again, we did it big again. We did it big again. Black and white class will be tomorrow. We did it big again. And yeah, we did it big once again. Pause. And we're going to keep doing it. And last night, y'all seen exactly what you need for the proper 1099 filing. Now, this person right here is under the secret treasury trust mindset. And this person took it into court. I assume this is a white lady. Now, there's a difference between the black Moors and the sovereign citizens and a white, but it has all the same elements of the sovereign citizen redemption theory. Now, the white people, they're more on the patriot movement redemption. They're under that old, really, really ancient way. And you're going to see how that plays out.
You from Chicago. As usual, where the Wi-Fi usually works, I've got a fun clip. We've got a Karen sovereign citizen. She's attempting to pay her debts with her magic trust funds. At least that's what it appears.
God damn it. I'll fix that later. So what happened is she's the one that believes that there's a secret account with the U.S. Treasury. And she filed this, I guess, in terms of a mortgage, and she filed those fraudulent certified funds checks. And these people think that just because you get a receipt from the court, that means they actually receive the money. Getting a receipt from the court, right? When you get a receipt from the court for any funds deposited, it only shows the receipt that the court actually received what you gave them. It does not evidence funds were moved from one account to another account. And then this person wants to file 1099s on a fraudulent instrument. You can't file a 1099 on fraudulent debt instruments. Can you bet? No. Okay. You cannot file 1099s on fraudulent, self-created instruments that has no legal validity.
Appears. That's what it appears to be. It's pretty fun. Let's do this thing, shall we?
Council, going to call your 9 o'clock case.
Don't your man look like the Green Goblin? Remember the Green Goblin? Or Spider-Man, don't he look like the Green Goblin? John Dubel. Look just like a lawyer. Don't he look like a lawyer? You know you got a lawyer, like, look just like a lawyer. Look like if I was hiring a lawyer at a public defender, he would look like when we had our first visit. This is who I expect to walk through the door. But you want to know one thing about it? These lawyers will put your arguments in for you. If they see it has legal validity and you're really making sense, they will put the argument in for you. They're not always, I ain't going to put that, because you want to know why? Because what if they run across information and they do their research and then understand that part of the system, and then they perfect their arguments in it, they can charge more fees because it's a more complex situation. So this will increase their pay if they understand this and knows how to successfully argue this. And then they can go into private. Say they don't need to get these pro bono, not pro bono, but these cases assigned to them by the courts. They can go into their private practice. So now we're relying on the courts assigning them cases. And it's more money when you go private than waiting for the courts to assign you a case. So this is beneficial as long as you can accurately and make some goddamn sense when you're conveying it.
You're on the record in cause number DC 23-03286, Delta Victor LLC versus Lisa Irene Riding et al. May I have you to announce on the record? Let me know your name and who you represent.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Dubiel for the plaintiff.
All right.
And Lisa Irene Riding Nyber in.
I think he should straighten this tie up. The tie just a little crooked. I'll just straighten it up. Bam. Move it about 3 centimeters to the right. Yeah, that's odd. That'll move it 3 centimeters to the right, and bam.
In full life, sue juris, as well as by special appearance, not generally today.
Okay, and you're representing yourself.
There we go. Special appearance. That is the hallmark of a sovereign citizen, special appearance, because they get that federal rules of civil procedure and take that special appearance out of context. That's not, if you're named on the indictment or information or the litigation, you have to officially represent yourself pro se. You can't be on behalf of your own name. You can't be on behalf of that.
Is that correct, Ms. Writing?
I am representing the beneficiary of the uppercase name in the estate. Yes, ma'am.
Right there. Look at the judge looking. Right there. This sovereign citizen movement, whether you're the Moorish side, which is mainly African Americans, or you're the patriot national side, redemption theory side, which more white people tend to subscribe to, it still boils down to that they believe that these fictitious, fraudulent instruments that they issue is connected to some secret account without knowing how, without giving the proper accounting instructions. And this is where it falls flat on its face. Any type of instrument that's centered around some secret account, no bank will know what to do with it. They don't have that account number to withdraw from. It has to be an ABA routing number and a legal, legit account number. There is no way that this person is ever going to get any funds from that fake, fraudulent, certified funds check. No way.
Okay. And are you a lawyer, Ms. Writing?
No, I am attorney in fact.
That's another sovereign citizen lingo. Attorney in fact. Yo, these people read the Black's Law Dictionary. Let me guess, the 4th edition. They read the Black's Law Dictionary and just think that is the rule of law.
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
I am a private attorney in fact.
Private attorney in fact. What does that mean?
It means specifically that I have a private, exclusive power of attorney over the estate affairs as its beneficiary, and I have a right to conduct business that is necessary, including legal matters.
But here's the problem. This is not dealing with an estate. This is dealing with you not paying your mortgage. God damn. Look at this dude here. This has nothing to do with that.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
Okay. My question to you was, were you a licensed attorney
No,
in the
ma'am.
state of Texas?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And it's clear of my status as well. That has been submitted to court from my very first appearance.
Just because you submit a status to court doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You can submit all the goddamn statuses you want. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing if the court is not recognizing it. Just because you submit a status don't mean that's it. It's rule of law. Your status don't mean a goddamn thing what you say you are. All this self-governed, self-this, I can be whatever I want to be in the system. I can have this nationality if I want. I can do that. This sovereign citizen more birthright stuff has gotten people to lose their goddamn mind.
Okay. Counsel for the plaintiff, this is your motion to disperse funds. Let me hear from you at this time.
Thanks, Your Honor. So back in August of last year, this court entered summary judgment in favor of plaintiff for $970,000 and 15% in interest per annum. In March of this year, the defendant delivered a purported check to the Dallas County registry in the amount of $1,350,000.
Oh my God, sweet Jesus. So not only are you writing a fraudulent fake check drawn on a non-existent account, she's sending that to the court. And the problem is, these people really be believing in this shit that they're doing. Like, you can't tell them nothing else. Like, you can't tell them that that's fraudulent. They really be believing wholeheartedly that the sovereign citizen patriot redemption theory stuff is going to work. Like, they really believe that.
Received a receipt for that amount from the registry of
Context. The receipt of the amount from the registry just is giving you verification that they received it. So you can't say, hey, I deposit this, and the court's like, well, we never got it. So it's basically saying, this thing, we received this thing that you deposited. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't mean acceptance. It don't mean funds were debited from one account and credited to the other. All it's saying is, whatever this thing that you sent us, we got it. That's all it says. That's all it means. She thinks that she got a receipt for it. That she means that was paid.
the court. And that, quote, certified funds. And
by the way, that certified fund check, that certified funds draft that people are selling online, an ex-client of mine reached out to me because she got indicted by the FBI by sending that to her mortgage company to pay off the mortgage, and the mortgage company forwarded to the FBI field office, and they came and indicted her for that, of something she got off the internet.
And the receipt are attached as Exhibit A. In April of this year, the Dallas County Court and Bank of America North America.
Oh, good Lord. I didn't notice this. We're talking about over $1 million here. She really, if this is what I think it is, which is them saying, oh, I've got some magical trust and I'm going to satisfy over $1 million in debt with that. That's just straight fraud. It's criminal fraud. It's not where we're headed, but she should be held in contempt immediately. If it was me, I would hold her in contempt and set an in-person hearing so I can put cuffs on her.
Once again, there is no account at the Treasury or the IRS that is going to pay your debts or bills upon the issuance of any fraudulent, fictitious drafts, bills of exchange, bonds, or just by simply filing a 1099. It just does not. Yeah, if it really exists in that manner, don't y'all think we would have been like down that road? When I say estate, an estate is nothing. Like I said, my very first No Student Left Behind class, we went over all different definitions of estate, and I broke down what it means for our estate with the government. All it represents is, you got to think of it like this. It's a trust relationship. It's not a trust itself, but it operates like a trust. That's why they say in trust. And it represents rights that we may have, equity that we may have. That's all it is. There's no dollar amount, figure amount. It doesn't operate like a bank account, and people are still trying, they still can't wrap their mind around what our estate really is, because most people treat it like it's a secret bank account, which it's not.
Treasury servicing and operations exchanged a series of emails.
I said an in-person hearing so I can put cuffs on her.
Treasury servicing and operations exchanged a series of emails regarding the validity of that check, and the latter showed that those funds were fraudulent and recommended reissuance or wire transfer.
Yes, this is a civil action, but you can't perpetrate fraud on the court openly. And they still have contempt power, number one. Number two, she's certainly left herself open for criminal charges to be brought if this is the scenario I think it is.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I think to be honest with you, she did that in court. Like, that's the quickest way. Like, they got access to all the federal agencies. I really think like that was bold. I don't believe why she would try that, sending that shit to a court. Like, that's fraudulent, number one, and you open yourself up for a federal investigation on that fraudulent instrument. But let her tell it. She's following the law. That's what I say. These people are brainwashed by that sovereign citizen more movement. People are brainwashed. People done sent me documents, and I'm like, you actually filed this with the IRS? Are you serious? You can't tell me you did not file this. Oh, man.
In July of this year, the defendant sent another.
See how he laughing? See how he laughing? See how he laughing? Like, yo, this lady's crazy. I know what he's thinking. This lady is out of her goddamn mind, because that's exactly how they be sounding, like they are out of their goddamn minds when they try to explain this shit.
The defendant sent another purported payment in the amount of $1,350,000.
Oh, God.
To the registry of the court. That purported payment is also attached as Exhibit A.
Mm-hmm.
In August of this year, David Bradley, who is the accounting and collection supervisor of Dallas County District.
You hear that? Accounting and collection supervisors. Accounting and collection supervisor. You get that?
Clerk wrote an email to the plaintiff stating that the only valid payment he has received in conjunction with this case are the filing fees that I paid in March of last year.
So, look at that right there. Look at that right there. So the accounting and collection supervisor wrote her and said the only valid payment that they have ever received in regards to this case is the filing fee that the lawyer paid. That's it. So those certified drafts of funds that's drawn on the secret trust fund account, they were never cashed. No money was ever dispersed. And Manny Harris, even if you write a bond is an IOU. It's just like a promissory note. So even if you write a bond, right? Let's say you write a bond and send that bond to the court. What the hell? If you write a bond and send that bond to the court, when that bond matures, because it has to have a maturity date, they're still looking for payment. And most of these sovereign citizens, when they write a bond, they always, as collateral for the bond, it's always going back to a secret treasury account or their social security number with as payment. Send it to the treasury, they'll process it against my social security account. I mean, that's what all of them do. Yours may be different, but that's what they, and it's still, people have been indicted for writing bonds just like that. Only way that your financial instruments have any value is if you know how to pinpoint the accounts payable side of the ledger and then pledge their accounts payables as collateral for your accounts receivables, which means a set off. But these more sovereign citizens, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that.
So it's my understanding that the plaintiff
And he really wants to say she's been hopelessly misled and she's lost her mind. This has no chance. But he's being real nice with it. He's being delicate with it. He's actually being professional. He's like, lady, this is not payment. None of what you're doing is payment. It's a secret sovereign citizen, but he's trying to, I guess he's being, yeah, whatever.
Representative spoke with Mr. Bradley yesterday, who again confirmed that there are no funds currently with the registry of the court. Now, although this motion is entitled Motion to Disperse Funds, it's clear there are no funds to disperse.
There you have it. There are no funds to disperse. Oh yeah, Thomas, yeah, exactly. But yeah, they gotta understand how to. Oh, what the hell? Oh, what happened? What happened? What the hell? What the hell is it? Hold on. We get it back. I don't know what the hell was that. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know what I did. I'll share my screen again. But yeah, you got to understand and locate your accounts payables so that could be pledged. Want to know why I'm saying what I'm saying? This is why I said what I said. Understanding and locating the accounts payables so that accounts payables could be collateral for your accounts receivables. That's exactly what I did with my mom. That was the premise. That was the premise. You see, she owed $15,859. Once I gave them the proper accounting instructions, and this is, I didn't do it from hers. I did it from my estate. But my estate is not a bank account. There's no bank account with money in it. There's no bank account. That's what I'm saying. It's no bank account with no money in it. I just understand the true nature and the foundation of the government and the system and how everything operates in trust. And it's not really a money amount that's the issue. It's a property issue. So I pledge my accounts payables on her behalf to set off her accounts receivables. That's what you see here. With the That's why I said what I said. I don't say shit for no reason. That's why I said what I said. Understanding how to locate the accounts payables and then pledge the accounts payables as collateral for your accounts receivables. That's why I said it. I didn't say it for no reason.
I've also cited authority that the court has great latitude in dealing with these funds and has the equitable.
Wow, this takes guts. You do this, you do it in writing so we have proof of it to a court. You know,
Hey, Manny, I think you should take, because I don't want this to turn into a pissing contest. It's with the IRS, it's all about, it's really wordplay. I don't want this to turn into a pissing contest. Over here, we're not like these other channels that most people be having on TikTok that talks about all the results that they have and says it's legit. We actually got receipts over here. Yeah, I know you probably knew. I don't really know you like that, but as you go over the videos and see, you'll see. Anytime I talk, I'm speaking from experience, brother. I swear to God. And he's right. That's only half of it. Because you got to understand, when you say, man, the credit asset is the promissory note that's on the accounts payable. But what you don't understand about the credit asset, which is the accounts payable, that's all it is. There's a corresponding accounts receivable. And that accounts receivable is the cash flow from the payments made on the promissory note that decreases their accounts payable. So every time you're making your monthly payments, it's decreasing their payables. What you need to study and research is off balance sheet bookkeeping, because where you think the accounts payables at is not where it's at. That's why people send stuff in all the time, but they don't get nothing because they don't know all the parties and all the players to the game. These accounts payables gets rotated, and you got to track the accounts payable all the way down from the beginning to the end. And you got to use the accounting standards codification as your authority. And then you report accurately to the Internal Revenue Service. What's up, famous? Oh, they had your block. Oh, no. That's the other video. That's the other video. I didn't make it public because I was trying to double stream, but it ain't work out. So I told everybody come over here. But nah, you ain't blocked. Yeah, don't worry about that one. Oh shit. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one. But yeah, I'm telling you, fellas, ladies, whoever's listening, they play a vicious accounting game. And it goes to like, we may think we got all the pieces to the puzzle, but then this is what our channel's about. Especially, I let everybody know that although we think we got all the pieces to the puzzle, there's like another 30 pieces that we need that we didn't even know exist. I swear to God, trust me, Manny Harris, how you talking? I've been there before. I've been there. I'm telling you, it's more to that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. It's more to that. Trust me. I've been there, done that with Navy Federal. I've been there, done that. It's more to that. What you're saying is part of it. It's true. But it's more to that.
And then you file a motion to disperse funds when you know that it was fraudulent? Wow.
Power to make such orders as it deems necessary to protect them. So to that end, I uploaded an additional order yesterday for the court's review, which would require.
And like I said, with my client's mortgage, the biggest mortgage case to date that I dealt with, I had Navy Federal release her from the obligation just off our correspondence back and forth. The IRS just received the documents. They're processing her refund from the proceeds of her debt instrument at upwards of $225,000. With the 1099s filed in the statement. They gave me the 45-day thing. Give us 45 days to process it. They received it. And they responded 90 days later. So you know what that means? When it's going to process it, it means it passed their inspection. So she's going to be getting upwards of $225,000 refund back from her excess of her debt instrument. That's what I'm saying. It's more to that.
The defendant to make payment in the form of cash check, money order, or wire transfer. However, I'd like to strike through check, given that 2 fraudulent instruments have been submitted to the court already.
Okay, so he's saying, Your Honor, although this is a notice to disperse payment, a money order, cash, or wire transfer, he's saying strike check, because she already sent 2 fraudulent checks based on a secret non-existent account, right? Based on a secret non-existent account. So the lawyer's like, don't have check there, because she's already sent 2 fraudulent checks to the court and none of them have cleared. Now, after hearing this, watch this idiot come up there and try to validate those fraudulent instruments. That's it. That's it, man. You know, just stay open. All you got to do is just stay open. Trust me. I don't pretend to know it all. In my opinion, we would never know it all because we didn't create the system. But I've been at this like 10 years now, and I study for guys that were getting IRS checks while in prison. Guys that had been doing this for combined over 75 years. And I was there with Bernie Madoff for 3 beautiful weeks in Oklahoma. So you got the basis, and I don't believe you're at the beginning in this. So I believe whatever new information that you may pick up from this channel is only going to increase and add to what you already know. You may not need all the 30 pieces of the puzzle. You probably need like 4 or 5. Maybe 2. Maybe you may just need 1. It may just be 1 video that you see like, oh, that links the final chain. But you're in the right place, I'll tell you that.
And so I would ask the court to sign the order.
It's interesting having a real attorney trying to address this. He wants to cross off the word check.
Yes, if she had the understanding, she could have handled the accounts receivables. Oh yeah, she could have went about this a totally different way. But this is their mindset, the sovereign citizen redemption way. Like she could have handled this a totally different way. Because when she, in theory, she could have wrote a bill of exchange, a time draft, trade draft. That's what it's really called when you're dealing with like mortgages. They don't really call them bill of exchange. They're really trade drafts. She could have wrote a trade draft as collateral security backed by the accounts payables. See, she could have did that because now that is backed by her having a right and entitlement, being the entitlement holder to the securities in the account or the proceeds from the securities in the account. She now has a financial asset. And financial assets are ledgered via book entry. Anytime you're in a consumer transaction, auto, mortgage, credit card, whatever, it falls under 2 principal UCC statutes, Article 8 and Article 9. You understand Article 8 and Article 9, then you'll understand Article 3. See, this is shit. I could be charging for this shit because I've been there, done that. I've had credit cards accounts set off. I had letters sent to me, hey, you owe no more on this account based on the information you provided. Like, I got to pull it up, but I'll pull it up when I get time. But like, we don't speak in theory over here at Thomas Legacy, y'all. We speak what we've already done.
Check, because she's using that to make up this fraudulent nonsense. At least that's his contention, which I think is correct. And so he doesn't. He's like, these fraudulent instruments, I don't want to call them checks because they're not. That would be suggesting that there's some validity to them.
In the form uploaded, but strike through check.
All right. And did you mention that you uploaded an order on yesterday? If so, I don't see it on our system just yet, but I can go and pull it down. The last order that we have, it looks like it was uploaded on September 3rd.
I can do that, Your Honor. It was yesterday. It has been accepted. I thought that I emailed it to Miss Alonso as well. If not, I can certainly do that.
Okay. If Miss Alonso has it, then I can get it, but we'll confirm that.
Okay.
Oh,
Right,
the one. I got you, bro. Hey. Yeah, but listen, Manny, 501, 502, 503, Article 9. Like, you got to put all of them. Don't just take one or two, because 501, 2, 3, all of them are Article 9, all those sections. You got to put them all together. It's about out of Article 8 and Article 9, it's about combined together about 7 or 8 sections that all apply to a consumer transaction. You got to put all, I'm going to say good 7 of those into one pot, because that's going to lead you to Article 3. And then you can understand your claims and recoups and defenses under Article 3. See, everybody could have their shit noticed and set off within 90 days. If you understand what they're saying in Article 3. And if you understand accounting, even though the company doesn't set off the debt, this is where understanding the accounting standards codification, this the accounting regulation that all financial institutions and corporations adhere to. Even if the lender doesn't set off the obligation on your books and your accounting, you can extinguish the debt. See, on the contract, you may still have to pay until further notice. But when you file your tax forms and you know accounting, you can cancel debt, treat amounts already paid as taxes. You can pull out the books. And this is what results in a refund. So when you get a refund the following year of the previous year, you got the instrument. Now you have taken your personal property out of their security interest, even though it might be there on the books. But your refund of your excess, that essentially acts as a security interest, because you're going to take a portion of your refund and tender that to them for the whole year. Now you got a whole year that you don't have to worry about a mortgage or auto payment. And then at the end of that year, you just rinse and repeat. On the third year, you go for the whole shebang. That is more realistic than what she's trying to do, create a fraudulent check and pay out of a secret, non-existent account.
So for the plaintiff, is there anything else regarding your presentation?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mrs. Writing.
Thank you for appropriately addressing me. And to correct a few items.
Any objection? All objections.
And just in summary, is I also submitted a corrected order for disbursement yesterday, and it was received as well. So you should have 2 of them there, Your Honor.
Look, she's trying to correct. There's nothing to correct. Those are fraudulent. Hey, the one, you got to send me an email. I seen what you sent, but you got to send me an email as to what for. And then you got to send those documents, brother. You hear me? So you got to, the minor account. That's pretty much what's going to be happening with. So you got to send me an email. I seen what you sent. I got that. And the minor account with the major. Oh, that's stupid sovereign citizen shit. You got to, send me an email to Thomas Legacy 603 on what you send it for And then you got to send me your documents as well so my assistant can file that and give you a file number. Yeah. Because I seen that you sent it, but I was like, I seen the one. I was like, okay, I know him. I'm like, I got it, but it's like, and I looked and tried to look up your email. I realized I didn't have your email. So I responded to you in one of your comments if you seen it. And then I figured you would come in live today so I can talk to you. But yeah, always send your contact information whenever you send payment. I need to have a way to get a hold of your email, phone number. Please send your contact, because a lot of people just send it and I got to hunt them down. Yeah, some people just send it and I'm like, would you being generous? Like, what we doing?
Also, in correcting, I did not provide a check. I also provided what is called a negotiable instrument.
There you go. A negotiable. Now she's using negotiable. Hallmark sovereign citizen language. This is the patriot side. She's a white lady. He called it Karen. This is the patriot side. See, the white people more on the redemptionist movement and the patriot side. This is Hallmark sovereign citizen redemption theory. This is straight out the redemption manual. Just because it's a negotiable instrument, there still has to be some form of account that's going to pay it, or some form of monthly cash flows that's going to pay on that instrument. You can't just tender an instrument and think money is supposed to magically appear, because everybody believes in that vapor money theory. They can't deposit that. You got to understand. The banks are not going to allow you to do what they can do. Write your own negotiable instruments, deposit it, credit one account. They're not going to allow us to do it. Only they can do it. She is not a financial institution. She is not a national association. She is not an instrumentality of the United States, as that term is defined under 26 USC. I'm sorry. 12 USC, section 1813, subsection L1.
That negotiable instrument was against a bond and is legal tender, and it was received, and there is an official receipt.
No, it isn't. It's just that simple. She's demanding to.
That negotiable instrument was correcting. I did not provide a check. I also provided what is called a negotiable instrument.
And what is a negotiable instrument? It's either a promise to pay or an order to pay. What is an order to pay? Draft, which is synonymous to the word check. Stop with the semantics, sovereign citizen.
That negotiable instrument was against a bond and is legal tender, and it was received, and there is an official receipt.
No, it isn't. It's just that simple. She's demanding to discharge her debt with monopoly money is the simplest analogy I can give for it.
That's a fact. I believe that's a fact. That's all she's trying to do. It's non-existent money, has no legal validity. It's a worthless instrument. Everybody, these sovereign citizens think that just because your instrument may have elements of a negotiable instrument, that money is supposed to magically appear. You are not the banks. You can't create book entry money. You can't create checkbook money. We don't have the capacity to do that. And the only negotiable instruments or securities they're going to accept from us are the ones they put in front of our face to sign.
That's it. It's no more complex than that.
Receipt on file for that.
Otis who was good. Was good.
But Sky Biz, the monopoly, what she's trying to do is she's trying to convert her private fraudulent negotiable instrument into cash. We can't do that unless the banks give us the instruments to sign. Banks have the authority to convert our instruments into money. If they issue that to us, and the only time they issue that to us is during a consumer transaction. That's why I tell everybody they need to read the monetary. Yeah, because most people don't. This is the problem right there. Most people don't understand that, which allows the bank to make money right at the bank, make money right then and there, convert that shit into instruments right there. The Monetary Control Act. We got to understand economics, y'all. We got to understand how the bank system operates in whole. The Modern Money Mechanics, Federal Reserve publications, it's good, a read, but you still got to understand how the banks operate today. They're not allowing our private instruments through the door. I don't care if you got a private placement group. I don't care what type of trust you got. I don't care none of that. Unless you are a financial institution, not the executive order by the president, but a financial institution recognized. Unless you got FDIC outside your door. Unless you are an FDIC insured bank outside the door. Unless people could come to your house and make deposits left and right. You can't convert your private instruments into money at a public bank. They have alert 9910s. They have all types of they got all what did I do? They got all types of stuff regarding that. Why did I get out of that? I'm sorry. They got all types of shit. And this is what happens when people just take information that's been put out there and just regurgitates the information. Watch this. Let me show you something. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is why. They've been waiting for y'all to do this shit or them to do this shit since 99. This is Alert 9910. Chief executive officers of all national banks, all state banking authorities, chairman of the board, board of governors of the Federal Reserve System, chairman, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, Conference of State Bank Supervisors, deputy comptrollers, assistant deputy comptrollers, district councils, and examining personnel. Fictitious site drafts payable through the U.S. Treasury. This happened in 1999, y'all. It has been brought to our attention that certain individuals have been making and executing worthless paper documents, which are titled site drafts. Now they're not called site drafts, it's bills of exchange, a negotiable instrument, all that shit. The items state that they are payable through the U.S. Treasury, 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. And I know some of y'all sent y'all shit there. These instruments are being presented for payment at banks and other businesses throughout the United States. They have no financial value and no legal validity. The documents have the following characteristics: a statement printed on them. This document has a colored background and micro printing. The reverse side of this document has an artificial watermark. The numbers encoded in the NCR style and other recognizable type of numbers used in the financial community to process or identify the items. The person signing the document, hey, it's not authorized by the United States Treasury to issue such documents. Any of these instruments that are presented to the U.S. Treasury for payment will be returned to the center, and copies will be provided to yeah, you got me. Hey, Pat. Will be provided
to the appropriate law enforcement agencies. If one of these instruments is presented to your institution for payment, or if you have the information concerning this matter, you should immediately bring it to the attention of your local office of the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Your institution should also prepare a suspicious activity report in accordance with 12 CFR 2011. Under no circumstances should your institution honor one of these instruments or submit it for payment. And remember what I told you about the lady that did that? The FBI came and got her? Come on, man. Come on, man. They've been on this shit since 99. Yeah, they've been on this shit since 99. We might get back to it. This Alert 9910 came out since 1999. Why you think everybody that sent their bills of exchange, why you think the banks, they don't never get cash? Come on, man. I told you, before I studied what worked, I studied everything that didn't work. And a lot of what didn't work 25, 30 years ago, these people are still trying to do it today and get mad at me when I bust their bubble.
That was filed on 3/15 and on 3.
Monopoly money is the simplest analogy I can give for it. That's it. It's no more complex than that.
Receipt on file for that. That was filed on 3/15 and on 3/29. The trustee and clerk of the court, Felicia, moved it directly to the plaintiff. On 4/8, you signed a order that the case was closed. As part of that process, it clearly states specifically on the receipt that it has to be held for 30 days because it could be appealed, as you know. It was only after continued trespassing was occurring by a bar member that I submitted a second payment. And I appreciate the trustee's office because they returned the second payment with a note that said tendered payment had already been made. I appreciate them staying in honor.
No, you stupid idiot. That's not what it meant. It's not what they said. I appreciate them staying in honor. Tender payment's already been made. No, it's not, because the letter that the accounting supervisor said the only payment that's ever been dispersed was the filing fees. You idiot. I told you, these people, these sovereign citizen Moors, or if you on the white version, patriot redemption theory people are crazy. They lost their ever-loving mind.
Since then, I have also filed an IRS corrected 1099-A form, primarily.
For what? You didn't lend them. What you lend them? What you lend them? What did you lend them? What did you lend them? What did you lend them? Why you filing 1099-A? What did you lend them? Oh, we lent them our credit. Yeah, going with that again. Then why none of their 1099-A's ever been cashed? Why ain't they ever receive a refund off of 1099? You got 1,000,001 people filing 1099-A's. They filed about 5,000 1099-A's when that shit was in the whirlwind in 2021, 2022. Everybody got that accepted and started jumping for joy. 3 years later, that motherfucker still check your 1099 online account. That motherfucker still say accepted, don't it? Ain't get a goddamn dime yet, have they? Come on, man. These motherfuckers crazy as hell. These redemption theory, patriot, Moor movement got people literally crazy. Filing tax returns, don't know what they're doing for real. They think they know what they're doing, have no clue. And all she's going to do, the IRS is going to look at who she filed against. They're going to check their books. They're going to realize that they never received nothing from her, and she never gave them any type of income. The IRS is going to come back and slap her with a bill because, like I said last night, Supreme Elite Team Group, the IRS it's not, most people have a misunderstanding of what the IRS is. If you report any type of income to the IRS, the first thing they're going to do is look at the tax associated with it. And then they're going to check all the books to see if there is any taxes paid on that amount. Okay? So the mere fact that you even reported income to the IRS, you're actually confirming the position that your income is taxable. Because if the income wasn't taxable, why are people reporting the income anyway in the first place? They don't understand how to report those as payments already made, whether the income was received constructively and the third party used your cash flow to pay taxes. You can claim that as your taxes you paid, or you actually paid that money to the IRS. But just because you send them income doesn't mean they're going to refund you that income. No, it don't work like that. Only way that you're going to get a refund is if you made an overpayment of taxes, or amounts that you reported, a certain portion of it was deemed overpaid. That's why, or you can still get into the black and white group. I'm going to show you my black and white class we picking up tomorrow at 6. What is it? Oh, it's only $300 to be in that group, and you're going to get access to the other videos that we had in that group. But when I have that class, pick the class up tomorrow, I'm going to show you. We already went over the statement that needs to go with the 1099, but we're going to go over that again in the black and white group. But you're going to see how to properly file a 1099 OID in conjunction with a 1099-C. And I'm going to show you exactly everything you need. I guarantee you, 98% of the people that are sending these returns to the IRS are missing a lot. And the IRS really scrutinize any transactions are that from related parties. If the corporation that you're dealing with is not an obligor to you, we're talking about banks, finance companies. If you didn't file a 1099 or income tax return based on dealing with them, they're really not going to give you shit, because they're going to treat it as a related party. And they know that most people manufacture debts, manufacture contracts with each other in order to try to get some type of refund. They're already hit. That's on their dirty dozen list already. I'm trying to tell y'all. Hey, listen, no, y'all, please. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's bigger than what you think it is with the IRS. Me personally, I'm not reporting no income in which I can prove the taxes were already paid on that amount. I mean, it's everybody thinks that just the IRS just some big refund for any little thing here. No, they're very strict in their rules and regulations. And I do documents review. It ain't gonna take me but 10 seconds to figure out if the tax return was done wrong. It ain't gonna take but 10 seconds because I already know what I'm looking for.
Because the TTNL operator and the money logs, 120 logs.
TTNL, you see that? They think that Treasury tax loan account. Do you know that Treasury tax loan account has nothing to do with us? It's the banks. That's how they move their operating funds over to the bank's accounts. TIP account, the TOP account, that has nothing to do with us. That's that sovereign citizen redemption theory, Treasury tax loan account. Process it through the Treasury tax loan account. That's not an agreement that you can never have with the Treasury. That agreement is only for financial institutions. Wells Fargo's of the world, JP Morgan's of the world, credit unions of the world. You think you're going to walk into a bank and have them agree with letting you process documents on their shit in which they use to make themselves money? Read it. The TOP account, the TIP account, Treasury Investment Program. Like, are you really serious? You think the banks are really going to let us just... Come on, man. This sovereign citizen redemption theory shit. God, everybody, even if you don't say you are, even if you try to distance yourself, I guarantee you, most of your documents are still has all the hallmarks of it to this day.
Actually showed that the case had already been prepaid. In addition, I have done...
Shows that the case been prepaid. There we go. Told you. Sovereign citizen redemption theory. What's the number one thing? Everything's prepaid. My thing is, why does everybody say that, but don't ever show any evidence to conclude that? Meaning they don't have any results to show that it was prepaid from the beginning. It's just a talking point. Because everyone that goes regurgitating that, they don't ever have any type of results to show.
And some research and requested through the Treasury directly the bond.
The federal window, we don't have access to the federal window, though. They don't. The Federal Reserve Bank don't do business with us. The federal window is only. The federal window is in Title 12. Go read about that in Title 12, USC and CFR. Who has access to the federal window and who doesn't? We have nothing to do with the federal window. We have no access with it. The only way that the federal window, the Federal Reserve would do business with us is if the banks send our instruments up, and they will never send it up on our behalf unless it's something that we have a contract where we got to pay back. And the Federal Reserve doesn't even lend to the banks anymore like that. They only lend to these small banks who needs to meet their closing dates. The Federal Reserve don't lend to Wells Fargo. That's what I'm saying. People don't know the economics of the system. They don't need the Federal Reserve anymore. They got credit warehouse facilities. That's why securitization is here. They don't need the Federal Reserve Bank. Can you turn it down a little bit, the water? They don't need the Federal Reserve. They got warehouse lenders. They got investment companies. They got hedge funds. It's called the deal on Wall Street. And I got those in my Supreme Elite Team group. Business and the economics on how Wall Street works, how the banks really work. They're not going to the Federal Reserve Bank anymore. That's that old, ancient, sovereign citizen redemption patriot theory movement talking point. That's what it is. Banks don't go to the Federal Reserve. They don't need to. They can convert money, instruments into money right then and there at the bank. They got investors lined up from here to fucking Zamunda, willing to invest in our debt instruments. They don't need the Federal Reserve. Only time they need the Federal Reserve is when they sending checks up and checks need to deposit and clear so the money could be in your account for settlement. Like they don't need none of that extra shit. Thank you. But most people still believe that that's what they do today. Credit default swaps and all that. That's how they get paid. They got institution bank insurance companies that only insure banks' instruments and these securitizations. They got all that set up a warehouse. They don't need the Federal Reserve anymore. Major banks. I'm telling you, it's, you know, Mr. Bill said this, and this is one thing that I've always held on to. He said, the people in the Patriot movie, and I'm not saying this about anyone, I'm just saying in general what he said. They have very little knowledge of a system that they think they understand. They think they understand it, but when you really strip it all down, they know very little. And I say that because that keeps me continue to study. That keeps me continue to keep going, keep studying every day, research every day. Even though I know a lot, it keeps me from getting complacent in what I already know and don't seek further understanding. Keep going. Because I'm telling you, most people, and I've been there before, most people will get about 25, 30% of it and think they know it all. But really, up against the system in its totality, they really only know 2%. And knowing 2% of this system is pretty good because this is a wide range. There's at least, and everybody that was in the Supreme Elite Team group last night, I quoted in my table of authorities, my cover sheet to my information return. Y'all see me. I quoted at least 20 statutes and regulations that apply to one auto loan contract. And I guarantee you, the everyday person in this space didn't even know, never read, or never heard of 18 of those statutes and regulations I quoted. Don't even know it exists. Never looked it up. Didn't even know it was there to look up. Telling you. 20. You need to know at least 20 of the IRS code and regulations for one single auto loan contract. I'm telling you, because it all applies.
Number on this case and docket. They refused, but my broker was able to find it directly. So as part of that process, the setup process made.
And here we go with this broker. Y'all, stop letting these fraudulent brokers for the bonds to your case, bonds to your birth certificate. Want to know why I know it's a scam? I had 8 different people in 2022 told me they found the bonds and the CUSIP to their birth certificate. And every single one of those birth certificates all had $5 million. There's a company out California and situated throughout the United States that are selling fraudulent CUSIPs on birth certificates, account numbers, fidelity. It's fraudulent. Even if you know the CUSIP, you don't have no rights to those accounts because those accounts are already invested in by hedge funds. Those are collateralized debt obligations when the hedge funds invest in them. So you have no interest in that account. You can find all the CUSIPs you want. You don't have no interest in the proceeds in that account. That's what I'm saying. People be going down the wrong holes and it's not going to bear no fruit. They waste all this time trying to find CUSIP number and this, and it doesn't mean nothing when you find it because you're not. Tell me how to monetize a CUSIP number. How can you monetize? Even if your birth certificate, how can you monetize? Want to know why? A CUSIP is related to a security that was sold on the primary, secondary markets where the entitlement holders, the beneficial owners of the account, are already in registered book entry form. So it's already a list of who's entitled to this account. Your name's not going to be on that account. They're not going to listen to your claim of it was my account anyway, my birth certificate that created it all. They're going to go by whose name is registered in book entry form. They don't know how the SEC works. They don't know how Wall Street works. They don't know how it works. They don't know how it works. They don't know how Wall Street works. They don't know how this economic system works. They don't know how the banking system works. They don't know how the securities system works. They don't. But they all ready to file, though. Or they'll file 1,000,001 documents. 98% of people who's filing tax returns this day, even though they think they know what they're doing, have no idea what they're really doing.
The Treasury directly the bond number on this case and docket. They refused, but my broker was able to find logs.
Listen to this bullshit. Even if there's a CUSIP and Treasuries issued against your case, that's what they court registry investment system, the CRIS account. You're not registered as the beneficiary of the securities purchased from that account in book entry form. So even if you send something to the Bureau of Fiscal Service, you're not registered to even get any entitlements. You don't have a securities entitlement. You know what I'm saying? People going down these rabbit holes just to get disappointed, and then they want to get mad and start filing all these documents and shit, threatening and shit, when they don't get what they want. Every sovereign citizen, they don't get what they want. They all throw a temper tantrum. Whether you're more or you on that redemption patriot theory shit, it doesn't work.
120 logs actually showed that the case had already been prepaid. In addition, I have done some.
Look at this stupid shit that she's filing in the court. Look at this stupid shit that she's saying in court. Look at this stupid shit that she's saying in court. Case been prepaid. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It don't fucking matter what she's saying. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. What she's saying does not mean a goddamn thing. All that means nothing. None of that is going to result in funds magically appearing in her account. None of it will. All redemption, sovereign citizen word salad.
Some research and requested through the Treasury directly the bond number on this case and docket. They refused, but my broker was able to find it directly. So as part of that process, the setup process may be a little bit different than utilizing a check or wire transfer as the plaintiff counsel appears. However, my packet was also submitted with a Form 56, as the fiduciary and the case trustees are mandated to file and also file Title 48. And they're also titled to do the set-offs as required and pull directly from that minor account. I have provided that in a brief of
minor account. And she never went, what minor account? How are we supposed to do it? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? There's no context. She just pull it from the minor account, pull here, and you could do this and you could do that. They could pay this off. They could say this. They could do this. You could pay this with that. You could pay this with that. You could pay that with this. They don't never really know what the hell they talk about. She has no idea what she's talking about. It's all nonsensical, a bunch of words strewn together, and like it's supposed to make some sense, but really she sounds like a complete idiot right now.
All that has been done, but that tender of payment has been accepted and received. And I instructed even.
She said the tender of payment. She said the tender of payment has been accepted and received. She says the tender of payment has been accepted and received, but yet the official accounting supervisor says the only payment received on this account, is what the lawyer filed, and those were the filing fees. So what is she talking about? These sovereign citizen redemption theory patriots are absolutely out of their minds. They are out of their minds.
No, I am not entitled to give the plaintiffs any attorney, any legal advice, is to file for the disbursement as the receipt indicates he can do after 30 days. He failed to do so until about a month ago. However, he has additional bar members that are continuing to trespass on the estate.
They got money in the vault and digits on the screen. They got money in the vault and digits on. They got them in both. They got them in both. And February, when I went to withdraw a certain amount, I gave them one number one to withdraw, and they said, "Hey, you got to put it. You got to order, send this form so we can order it." They had to order that amount. So then I was like, well, what's the most you can give me today? So they gave me that amount, and then they told me to step to the side. They'll call me. But that was like 12 people in front of me. So I'm sitting there at Navy Federal watching. All they were doing was just taking all the money from the people that was depositing money, all 12 in front of me. All they did was took part of their money. Everybody's that deposit, they gave me their money and probably went into the back in the vault and gave it to me. I swear, I watched them take other people's deposit, because they told me to step. They say that this thing didn't give me right now, but they told me to step back in line, go to the back of the line, and they'll call me. And y'all know which one I'm talking about. There's one with the Midwest, and I was waving like hi Midwest. It was that one. I literally had to wait like an hour to get that because it was getting the money. It was getting other people's. They took everybody's deposit that deposited right there, and they gave that to me, and then went to the vault and got the rest. Man, I had new hundreds, old hundreds, new 20s, old. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, facts. They were scrambling, and if I didn't take that right there, I had to come back in 7 days because I had to order what I was looking for at the time. But that wasn't a big deal because I was just putting it right back. I would just, had to let them know stop playing with me.
Failed to do so until about a month ago. However, he has additional bar members that are continuing to trespass on the estate.
Do I have at least 2 witnesses that they are committing treason? This is treason. They're violating my rights.
What do you mean trespass on the estate? There is no estate to trespass on because you are in a mortgage and you have to pay your mortgage. You were supposed to be depositing money into the court's registry system. In order to save your house. What are you, a state? Sound crazy as hell.
Both in Arizona.
I have at least 2 witnesses that they are committing treason. This is treason. They're violating my rights.
And have attempted both in Arizona as well as in Oregon to continue to garnish and also trying to collect on something that has been paid and closed since April 8th.
Miss Writing, let me stop you right there because I'm having difficulty following.
Told you, it's nonsensical. Any person with normal intelligence will be able to understand what she's saying. It's nonsensical. No, the accountant is not lying. Those checks were fraudulent. The accountant's not lying. Because if the accountant, if what she's saying is true, she wouldn't have to be trying to explain this. The judge would just be dispersing the funds to the plaintiff's lawyer. The lawyer is saying she submitted 2 checks and no payments were ever made. This is what I'm saying. Everybody has an opinion, but never really did what they're talking about. They've never submitted a private instrument to a bank and the bank just credit their account. They've never shown evidence. I don't believe anybody that says they ever got a remedy without black and white proof. I don't believe you. I don't believe you because there's always going to be some documentation. You help somebody set off their mortgage, there's going to be a satisfaction of lien. You help somebody set off a tax debt, there's going to be an account where the IRS sends you the bill, then sends you a corresponding bill saying you don't owe anymore. It's always paper trail. So all this results with no paper trail. Yeah, I believe that more than I believe a man on the moon.
What is the relief that you are seeking from this court? You just heard the plaintiff represent his argument that Defendant submit funds to the registry in the court in the form of cash, money order, or wire transfer.
They said the lawyers eat, sleep, and shit codes of statutes. If you have the cards stacked against you, just based off understanding, that's a fact. I'm telling you, most people, even in these spaces today, they know very little about a system they think they understand. I'm telling you, they think they understand the system, but they know very little. They know very little. They think they know a lot, but they really know little. I'm telling you, they don't know the shit how these expert accountants and all these chief financial officers of banks, do you think they really know? Because their understanding is dated back to 1933. These people went to school. These people know books. These people know this shit. We think we know all this shit on their level. Go ahead and try. You go try to send up certified funds to pay off a mortgage. Watch what happens. You try to do it.
What relief are you seeking from this court at this time?
What do you want? That's it. My senior will not be here. What do you want? That's it. Another date. That's it.
I'm just looking for the disbursement to be signed, but according to the one that I submitted. So I submitted a corrected disbursement.
You about to pay with a 1099B at the cash register? Yeah. I already know what's going to happen. You ain't even got to let us know the results. They're going to look at you like your hair about to explode. Your hair about to explode.
With the accurate information on it. And I had 2 additional items in which I was asking. My order and adjudicated and decree includes that the court releases and makes disbursement of funds and satisfaction of debt.
There are no funds to disperse, you sovereign citizen idiot. And just because you don't think you're a sovereign citizen, just because you don't believe you subscribe to that theory, a lot of y'all talking points, a lot of what y'all be commenting in the chat, and a lot of what y'all be saying be right up the alley of a sovereign citizen. You might as well just come out the closet. For real. There are no funds to disperse, you idiot. You are still missing the point. Those 2 fake fraudulent checks bounced. There was never no account credited from those instruments. They didn't go into your minor account. They didn't go to your major account, which makes your 1099A filing frivolous because there was no transaction into which you can even file the 1099A.
To the alleged creditors, the tender of payment had already been made to the court in accord with 28 U.S.C. 2041, U.S.C. 307, 304, and 306.
None of those apply. The tender, just because you tender something doesn't automatically mean acceptance in accounts paid and funds dispersed. Like, are you serious?
The court did not dishonor that tender, and therefore the tender and adjudicated claim in accordance with 2045.
It was nothing to dishonor. They didn't even recognize it. There was nothing to recognize because it bounced. Nothing was legit on it. It's nothing to recognize. Just like when people send these fraudulent instruments to the IRS and they never get a response, they think it's accepted. The courts have already ruled. The other party receiving the instrument is under no duty to respond on a frivolous and fraudulent instrument. It's no duty to respond. And that's the hallmark of a sovereign citizen belief. If I tender you something and you don't send it back or you don't respond, it's paid. Or if I tender in an instrument and you refuse it, it's discharged. That is given that the instrument that you tendered is U.S. currency. Basically, that statute, UCC 3306, means if I owe you $100, but I come with 1,000 pennies, and you say, nah, I don't want those 1,000 pennies, and I leave the pennies at your doorstep, that debt is paid. It's not because you create your own frivolous instrument and send it to them and they refuse it, the debt is not paid just because you think it's a negotiable instrument. God damn. I told you, sovereign citizens and these Moors, they are experts at misinterpreting statutes and codes.
Hell no.
I also asked for 3 additional elements. I asked for the case to be sealed because confidential information that the bar member failed to redact and mark as confidential will help protect me from additional identity theft because it has my social security number on it.
The bar member. Typical sovereign citizen lingo, the bar member. How about it just be a goddamn attorney?
I also asked that the bar member release ongoing harassment of Lisa Riding in the lowercase, as well as trespass.
Lisa Riding in the lowercase. I told you, y'all, you see how these turn these people to complete idiots? Like they brainwashed with this stuff. Lisa Riding in the lowercase. Who talks like that in regular life? Yo, my name's Lamont. Hey, upper lowercase. Like, what the fuck?
Passing on the estate. And lastly, I asked that the bar member for the plaintiff dismiss with prejudice any additional orders that he has legal action in Arizona and Oregon for garnishments. If one other stipulation here is that if the plaintiff's bar member,
I think she said was just a negotiable instrument, but negotiable instruments falls into 2 categories: orders to pay and promise to pay. So if it's an order to pay, it's deemed to be a draft, which is synonymous to the word check. If it's a promise to pay, it's deemed to be an IOU or promissory note. If it's a promise to pay, which has an order to pay on it, it could be treated as both.
is refusing to accept legal tender that has already been received by the court.
Legal tender is not your own private, self-created, sovereign citizen instrument. It's legal tender that is customarily accepted for the payment of goods and services. Come on, lady. You're not walking into Foot Locker with a bill of exchange. You're not walking into Best Buy with a 1099A or a promissory note. You know what the fuck legal tender they're talking about. These fucking sovereign citizen semantics.
And he's motioning to strike that I use another form of methodology for paying. I would also move to have a motion that he uses his bond to pay it rather than the bond that I was submitted.
She sounds like a goddamn fool. All what she said means nothing. It means nothing. All that talking, she probably spent hours going over her spiel. It means nothing.
All right. Counsel for the plaintiff, brief response.
So as far as
I'd move to have a motion that he uses his fake trust instead of my fake trust. My God. Contempt. Bring her in.
I don't know what the fuck she's saying. I don't know what the fuck it's just a whole bunch of words sound together that sounds like it's legal and legit, and it's just nonsensical. I don't know what she's saying. It's just nonsensical. It has no basis on what she's saying has nothing to do with why they're there today. What it boils down to, she submitted 2 fake fraudulent certified funds drafts and that bounced. That's just what it boils down to. If they would have cleared, she wouldn't have to be peppering us with word salad. If they cleared. So obviously what you did not clear. And obviously it supports the position that you try to tender these checks based on a secret trust fund, estate, treasury account, which is non-existent.
That the defendant has received, that's a receipt simply acknowledging the documents.
That's what the lawyer said right there. Hold on, listen, let me wind it back for you. Watch this. He said the receipt is nothing but a receipt that is just acknowledging we received what you said, not here's a receipt because funds have been credited to this court account for you. That's not what it's saying. It's just saying, all right, here's your evidence that we just received what you got about the processing of it. And that's not what this receipt is about. She's thinking just because she got a receipt for it, that the funds, oh gosh, she know this shit ain't legit. She just playing games.
Contempt. Bring her in.
The receipt that the defendant has received, that's a receipt simply acknowledging the documents that the registry of the court received in their office. There's actually been no transfer of funds, and that's been
exactly the receipt that she's talking about means nothing. All it is just they acknowledging that they received the documents. No funds have been transferred, though.
been confirmed multiple times. That's a receipt simply acknowledging the documents that the registry of the court received in their office. There's actually been no transfer of funds, and that's been confirmed multiple times. One thing I did hear, and I don't believe any personal information has been disseminated to the court, and we certainly have no intention and will not do that. But otherwise, the defendant must comply with the rules of the court, which require cash, check, money order, or wire transfer. But again, I'm going to submit an additional order or ask the court to strike through the use the word check in the order already submitted.
Look, he don't even want to, he want to strike through the words check. So it's either cash, money order, which you got to give them cash to convert it into a money order, right? Cash, money order, or wire transfer. So basically, that's putting that negotiable instrument shit to bed. You either got to have the real money on all three instances. You either got to have real cash, you got to have a money order, which you're taking real cash and exchanging for a money order, or wire transfer. Now, why don't you do the wire transfer, lady, since you got an account? A trust fund treasury account, won't you give them the account and routing number to your treasury trust fund account? Huh? Why don't you do that? Huh? See? And wire transfers is quicker than a negotiable instrument. Why didn't she, instead of writing a certified funds draft, tendering that, why didn't she just do the wire transfer since she got a secret trust fund account? Why didn't she just give the account and routing information to the trust fund account? Huh? Why don't you answer that in the chat? Huh? Why didn't she do that? Why didn't she just do that? Because she know that shit's frivolous and she just playing games. Because if I got, with the secret trust fund account, why don't you just wire it from the account? Exactly. They play these stupid sovereign citizen games. Like everybody else is stupid and they're the only smart ones in the room.
All right. Anything else? Counsel for the plaintiff, since you're the movement?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Writing, anything else?
Yeah, Manny, she made all the wrong arguments. She ain't even attacking the validity of the contract, the accounts payables on the mortgage. She not accounting the securitization, the finance charge, the proceeds. She ain't attacking all the shit she should have been attacking. She trying to send frivolous, worthless, fraudulent financial instruments to pay off $1 million loan.
I would probably just define, if I don't want to get into semantics here, but you
already got into semantics. You might as well keep going. You've been playing the semantics game since you started talking.
For the plaintiff's attorney, money is defined by the UCC in accord with section 1201.
I told you 1201. They use 1201 and UCC dash 1308. She's this is the white version, the Sovereign Citizen Redemption Patriot Movement. Where as far as the black people, they're more of the Moorish American Indigenous Aboriginal movement. She's straight out the Redemption Manual.
24 specifically, and I can get into an argument of what is legal tender.
You could, and you'd lose.
Even down to 18 USC 8, including bonds. But I have provided all legal tender and obligations to the United States in accord with public policy, you as its trustee, according to 31 USC 5118D.
Okay. Promise to pay on paper is cash. Okay, where's the cash coming from the paper? What's the accounting for that? How's that paper being converted into cash? And how long is the promissory note? Is it issued for a year, 30 days, 90 days? So when the promissory note matures, how's payment going to be made? Because I don't know what type of financial system that you know, SkyBiz, but the financial system I know is that promissory notes have maturity dates. And inside, built into the promissory note, there's periodic payments on that maturity date. So how's the periodic payments being satisfied? And when the note fully matures, how's the payment being made? If it's cash, you should be able to walk into Best Buy. You should be able to walk in to Best Buy. Dollars of what? Units of account. Units of account. Monetary of account. Federal Reserve notes. If it's cash, pay on demand. Okay, when the promissory, when you say pay on demand, that means this is what I said. Y'all come with this sovereign citizen rhetoric, because SkyBiz, that's straight out the sovereign citizen book. So what you're saying, SkyBiz, you owe me $1,000, right? Hold on, I'm about to walk it down. I'm about to walk it down for you. You owe me $1,000. You give me a promissory note on demand for $1,000. That means I can demand the $1,000 at any given time. So you give me a promissory note and I accept it, right? Right? I accept the promissory note for $1,000. I call you in 10 minutes and say, hey, I want the $1,000. What do you do, SkyBiz? Because that's exactly, those are the legal elements of what you describe. Not what you believe. You describe what you believe. I'm describing the legal elements, how banks work. So you gave me a note that's payable on demand, a promissory note. Okay, I accept your promissory note on demand. That means I can demand payment at any time, because if I was to take you to court, that's exactly the legal citations I'm gonna cite. So you give me $1,000. 10 minutes later, I say, all right, I want my $1,000. How do I get paid? Because that's how promissory notes work. They just don't magically turn into money. And this is what I mean. People have very little knowledge of a system.
1 and 2.
They have very little knowledge of a system they think they understand. Because that's exactly what you cited. That's exactly what you cited. How long? As long as the dollar. Okay, but here's the thing. You gave me a demand note payable on demand. That means I could demand payment at any time. And when I demand, the note itself is not money. The note itself is basically saying, I'm going to pay you this upon presentment. So either whether you tender a note or not, you still got to come up with $1,000. Now, what I can do is I can enter into a contract where I got to pay $1,000. And what I can do is I can securitize your $1,000 that you owe me. And I can issue a security to raise $1,000. And it goes back to the same thing. When my security matures and I got to pay the $1,000, I'm expecting the $1,000 to come from you. That's how securitization works. This is why the banks and the finance company are expecting us to make our monthly payments, because that's how the people who purchase our securities, that's how they're going to get paid. So you give me $1,000 and I give you goods and you say this is available on demand. I say, okay, in 30 days, I want my $1,000. 30 days comes up. how I'm going to get my $1,000 in U.S. currency. And I mean check, a check written on a real legit account, a money order, wire transfer, cash money, 20s, 5s, 10s, 1s. How would I get it? So I called the Treasury. Exactly. You have no idea what you're talking about. You are another one who's hopelessly okay. Hold on. I called the Treasury. Let's say I take that. What account instructions am I giving them? What account instructions am I giving them? What account instructions am I giving them? What account? What's the account and route number that I'm supposed to call the Treasury and get my money from? Because now basically you saying this, you're issuing me a Treasury, a draft that's written on the government then. And the government's already said these are not legit. I just read you Alert 9910 from the government. So upon your premise, the government already says that this is not legit. Your premise. What you're talking about goes Alert 9910, which I just read. It's not, if it says payable on the Treasury, private financial instruments written on the Treasury, it's not legit. So what account instructions do you want me? I'm writing it down right now. What account instructions I'm giving the Treasury? Exactly. It's my point. You know very little about it. That's why you need to study. Stay watching my videos and study because you don't even know the accounting. What you're saying is nothing more than what she's doing, giving a worthless document. Giving up. Oh, you do get paid. You do get paid. That's that sovereign citizen semantics. You do get paid. You're allowed to buy. You get your paycheck every 2 weeks. Everybody that get they, babe, did you get paid for your job? You get paid, right? Everybody. Or nobody won't work. This person saying we never get paid. Well, whatever instruments that they give us, it allows us to buy goods and services. It allows us to buy goods and services. So how we don't never get paid? How? If we never get paid, I'm talking about millions of people. There wouldn't be nobody working. So how they don't get paid? Federal Reserve notes, worthless securities, but it buys goods and services. That's what I'm saying. Sky Biz, you're taught. Listen, I see where you're coming from, but it just won't work. I think Sky Biz is better for you just to really understand the system from the real world and get out of that sovereign citizen mindset. Because everything that you said has the hallmark of a sovereign citizen. Yeah, I never know how financial instruments really work. You all come with this, oh, there's no real money in this. But I guarantee you, if you did a work for somebody or somebody owed you $2,500 and they offered you $2,500 bills, right? I guarantee you not turning the $2,500 bills down since they're worthless though. See, they're only worthless when you owe somebody else. But it's not worthless because the same sovereign citizens that say money is worthless are the same ones that's collecting money for their fraudulent ID cards, their fraudulent status corrections, their fraudulent templates. So if I owed you $2,500 right now, and I say, where's your Cash App? I'm going to send you $2,500 to your Cash App. Are you going to say, no, don't send it to me because that $2,500 is worthless? Come on, you don't believe that more than you believe a man on the moon. It's only when it's time to pay a bill that's their talking point. Shout out to the one with the major, the super major. Shout out to the one with the blicky off the hickey. Give them the SSN. Hey, Scott, man, you just playing with me there. He said, give him the SSN. Hey, Scott, man, go ahead. He said, give him the SSN. I wish, Scott Biz. I wish.
Sometimes
Hey, you know what, bro? Is it really Crypto Girl? Yo, famous. That is a good observation, bro. Crypto Girl, did you come back on the Scott Biz? Because you sounded just like, if it's not you, you sounded just like Crypto Girl. Hey, Scott Biz, are you really Crypto Girl? What's your name, Scott Biz? What's your real name? Scott Biz, what I'm trying to understand is the system is already clear on your positions. The system already says they in the same groups. That's a fact. The system is already clear on your positions. Scott Biz, we're gonna anoint you. We're gonna do some exorcism. I pray that the consumer gods please place your hand on Scott Biz's shoulders. Anoint her with the true knowledge of the system, true knowledge of the securitization, true knowledge of the 8K, the 10K filings, the contribution agreements, the sales and servicing agreements, and tell her to read the 1099's instructions and all the regulations that go to it. Please anoint her with the spirit of righteousness and anoint her and rebuke the sovereign citizen teachings that has been embedded in this person's mind. I rebuke the sovereign citizen teachings. I rebuke the sovereign citizen teachings. Please save Scott Biz from the sovereign citizen clutches. You sovereign citizen ghettos, place your hands away from Scott Biz. She is mine now. She is in good hands with Thomas Legacy, and we won't let you sovereign citizens continue to implode her brain with this foolishness. Scott Biz, you have been delivered. Scott Biz, that's a he. Scott Biz, you have been delivered. You are now thinking on the right track. Woo! Sorry, y'all. We had to do an exorcism live today, man. We had to take someone from the clutches of the sovereign citizen mindset. Scott Biz has been delivered. Y'all, let's all put a 1 in the chat for Scott Biz, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. We have delivered Scott Biz. Scott Biz. He said, I'll show it all. Speaking of tongues. Yes, I showed it. We did some exorcism on Scott Biz. Scott Biz has been delivered. Everybody, put a 1 in the chat, man. If you watch live, please put a 1 in the chat. Scott Biz, these ones represent your spiritual awakening and healing of this system. You have been healed. Everybody, please put a 1 in the chat for Scott Biz, because all the ones we get is going to strengthen this person's spiritual journey on getting back on the right side of things. They have been healed. Thank you, y'all. Scott Biz. Scott Biz, let me take back my 1. Yeah. Oh, -1. RP Crypto Girl. Hey, Scott Biz. I'm going to be honest with you, though. None of your positions will ever work in real consumer transactions. Like, they will never work. I'll be happy to see one of the documents you ever sent in. And don't tell me you got remedy unless you got receipts. Saying you got a remedy without receipts to show, it's just the same as you having none. But I would love to see some of the documents you send in. I would love to see what you would have did if you was in this position. I guarantee you to make these same arguments here. Scott Biz, your 1099s will never work. Your 1099s will never work. Your $100 million 1099s never work. Your registered bonded promissory notes that you sent to the Department of Treasury never worked. You sending in acceptance for value on your bills, thinking that was going to set off the account, that never worked. Your bills of exchange never worked. Your tax filings never worked if you filed them. Scott Biz, you need healing. We're here to heal you because they're not going to work, Scott Biz. Let us continue. And Scott Biz, The radars are on. The radars are on, Sky Biz. Watch out. Yeah, they have it. They're not going to work. I'm sorry, Sky Biz. I'm just being honest with you. I know you probably think they're going to work. You probably think they're going to work, but I'm actually helping you, all jokes aside. Helping you from the disappointment when you get that letter. And I'm going to show you the letter that people who think like you usually get when y'all trying to get some non-existent money out your estate. I'm going to show you the letter that people like you usually get after this.
Have provided all legal tender and obligations to the United States in accord with public policy, you as its trustee, according to 31 USC 5.
Y'all, Sky Biz cool for right now. Y'all don't gotta long Sky Biz ain't saying nothing crazy, whatever. Y'all can let, I don't know whether female or male, I don't know, but y'all can let this person rock out. Sky Biz start getting crazy. Y'all already know what to do, but Sky Biz cool for right now. Sky Biz can cool. Sky Biz ain't doing nothing wrong right now. We just gonna be, Sky Biz gonna be converted, y'all. By the end of the year, Sky Biz gonna be converted. Watch. Sky Biz, you're welcome over here anytime. You're welcome over here, Sky Biz. We gonna convert you, Sky Biz. I guarantee we gonna convert you now. You're gonna be my little project. We gonna convert you. But y'all let Sky Biz rock out. Sky Biz been respectable. Ain't been saying nothing crazy. So Sky Biz, Lawsy, he or she ain't doing nothing crazy, talking crazy. Y'all let them rock.
118D 1 and 2 are required to discharge this debt. And legal tender was made at the time of payment, which.
And I'm going to post on the community tab how at the beginning of the transaction, the accounts payables and the accounts receivables were set off. I'm going to show you black and white on the account statement from a auto contract, how at the beginning, at the close of the transaction, look at the accounts payables and receivables were set off.
Which was on 3/15 and closed officially on 4/8.
All right. I will review the 2 proposed orders that have been submitted to the court. I will sign an order today as it relates to the plaintiff's motion to disperse funds that will be uploaded on our system for you to view. Are there any other questions for the court?
No, Your Honor, other than should I submit a new order or no? Striking through check. Word check.
Did you mention that you had emailed also the latest order to Mrs. Alonso?
I believe I did. If not, I will do it the moment.
That's good, Sky Biz. That's good, Sky Biz. Let's get them likes up, y'all. 10 more likes. Let's get it, y'all. Come on, let's get Sky Biz. Hit the like one time. Hit the like one time, Sky Biz. Come on, Sky Biz. Hit the like, Sky Biz. Can you hit the like for me, Sky Biz? Please. Please, Sky Biz. Let's hit the like, Sky Biz. It'll be real special to me, Sky Biz, if you at least hit the like. Hit the like one time. You say I never sent the 1 million crazy amounts. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. At least, thank God. Please, all jokes aside, y'all, please don't do that with these people doing 10 million, 1 million. Please don't do that because you're really setting yourself up to get prosecuted. Please, y'all. Please. Let's get them likes up, though, y'all. Please get the likes up.
When we get off this hearing.
Okay, if you can double check, because again, I am going to go to our clerk. Again, the last order that I show uploaded is September 3rd. I will let them know that there should be some more orders out there. Can you pull those down and give them to me so I can review them and get one signed today?
Thanks so much, Your Honor.
All right, if there's nothing further, that concludes our hearing.
Yeah, and Your Honor, I also submitted almost an identical, but with the 3 additional items I was asking for.
Correct. And as I mentioned before, I'll be reviewing both orders, make the determination which one is appropriate in line with the court's ruling, and I will basically sign that particular order today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Holy.
So basically, what it boils down to, and that one, yeah. So basically, what it boils down to that video right there is that she never got anything done. She has to pay cash money order. Now, I'm about to show you one more And this is dealing with another mortgage case, in which another lady, same thing, another mortgage case where the lady tried the same thing. And once again, the case was, I mean, I actually feel sorry for this lady, because this lady was actually grasping for straws. And what's crazy about this next case is that she actually, I believe she said she was living in a home for 8 years. So this lady was actually I assume was making payments on the amounts. Here's the thing, they always pay with normal money. They always pay with normal money when they have the money to pay. But as soon as they don't have the money to pay, they automatically have a new nationality. They speak a new language. They're no longer from the United States. They're always representing the all caps person. It's always when they don't have the money to pay. You notice these sovereign citizen Moorish American claims never come when they have the money to pay. It only comes when they don't have the money to pay.
As well as the standard fair use policy, this video is protected under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship.
Public service announcement. You Moorish sovereign citizens, you are not from North Africa. You have not done your ancestral roots to chase you back to Africa. You are not from Morocco. You was not born in Morocco. Moroccan citizens don't even call themselves Moor. You are a United States citizen. You have a certificate of live birth or birth certificate and a social security number. You can, just because you change your name and adopt a new nationality does not change the fact that you are an American citizen. You are not Moroccan citizens. Stop the buffoonery, please.
Friendship 1787.
Moors are awake. We are taking our place on this planet.
Islam Moors.
Manny, I just seen your Manny Harris. I just seen your email. I will be responding.
My nationality is Moorish.
Foreclosure Solutions LLC versus Occupants.
Okay, so this is a foreclosure case. The lady that's coming in, this is the lawyer that's about to speak, and this is a foreclosure case.
It's number 122-33511. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. That's Tracy Moore.
I believe so. For the record, for the plaintiff, Kevin Callahan, P7827.
All right, and you all got to switch tables.
Oh, that was, thank you.
And Ms. Moore, tell us your name.
For the record, I'm here on special visitation.
Okay.
For that name. I'm not here as myself. I'm kind of doing different things.
Well,
You're here on special visitation for that name. Ma'am, what in the doohickey are you talking about?
For the record, I'm here on special visitation.
okay.
There we go. There we go. Already coming in with the buffoonery. Special visitation for the name. Lady, it's you. They're trying to put you out your house. It's you. You're occupying the house. You're living in it. It's you. You have a mortgage. It's you. Like, what the fuck? It's you.
For that name, I'm not here as myself. I'm kind of doing different things.
Well, you've been known as Tracy Moore.
Yeah, but
Now, what Scott Biz been talking about now?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, Judge, if we're gonna play this game, I'm asked for a default factor now. I can't do that. I'm just saying.
You already said we can't play these games. Look at the lawyer. Like, I'm not trying to play these stupid games with her. And they all coming there playing these stupid games.
well, wait.
So, ma'am,
Who was this comment? I didn't hear what I'm saying.
he was saying that if you're not Tracy Moore occupant, and there's no other occupants here.
Well, I'm not an occupant. I'm here because this is my home. You know, and it's a consumer good, and
It's a consumer good.
Yes.
It's not a consumer good, you idiot. It is not a consumer good.
It's my home. It's where I live.
Well,
I have more than
what are you getting consumer good from them? UCC?
No.
What's in that? Because the home is not a consumer good.
It is. It's where I live. It's an essential consumer good.
And once again, the sovereign citizen Moore. Now, this is the Moore. She's just a black lady. So she's on the Moore indigenous to the land, Aboriginal, Impersama Julis, Impersama Papana, Impersama Papampa, yeah, she's that side of the field. We got the white people side of the field. This is the black people side of the field. This lady sounds crazy out the gate.
Yeah, because it's where I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Off the rip, this Morris sovereign citizen is talking this sovereign citizen goofy stuff. She has no idea what she's even talking about. Her home is a consumer good. Really?
So in my head.
So what does you mean?
Just say I'm here on behalf of.
You can't be here.
She don't even know. Just say coffee beans, that's a commodity. I ain't mad at that. Coffee beans is a commodity. Gotta wait for that treasury check to clear. It's a fact. That's a commodity.
Here on behalf of anybody, unless you're a lawyer. Well, the lawyers are the only people that can come on behalf of someone.
Why though?
What?
Yeah, I mean, why? How?
That's the rules.
Somebody.
You know, and occasional, if you might have some kind of court order for guardianship or something, you know, you might be able to appear that way, but otherwise, no.
Well, again, I'm here on special visitation.
And what's a special visitation? Where were you visiting?
Well, I'm visiting here, but
Okay.
I'm not. I don't know about the.
You can tell she brought that packet, the sovereign citizen starter packet. She brought that sovereign citizen starter packet and got to memorize this shit before court.
Like,
Okay, well, we need to have some occupants or Tracy Moore. We don't have occupants of Tracy Moore. He's right. There's nobody here because you cannot appear on behalf of somebody.
Well, I'm here. I'm not appearing. I can't appear. I'm not a ghost. I'm a real woman. I'm a natural person.
Well, ma'am, I don't know what you mean. We're looking for the real person, woman, natural person of Tracy Moore. Where is she?
But she can be her.
She what?
She can be here.
Look, you hear this shit? She can be here. You see how stupid this sovereign citizen belief system had these people acting? She knows she don't really want to act like that. See how stupid these people are? These people acting. She knows.
But where is she? Because if she's not here
And there's no one else in the courtroom but the attorney, judge, and you.
And we don't have anybody else that occupied the premises that are at issue, then he's entitled to a default judgment because nobody's here.
No, I'm here and.
Well, who are you? You keep saying you're on behalf of somebody. I don't even know who you are.
Look at that. This woman's sovereign citizen defense is falling apart. Lady, just quit while you're ahead because you are making a complete fool of yourself.
The case just says occupant. We had somebody named Tracy came before.
Beneficiary?
But now she's asking. I told you, when their first plan don't fall, they just start spewing this. What?
Can you be a beneficiary?
Can you be a beneficiary?
Yeah.
No, you have to be the person or that's occupying the premises. You gotta be somebody that's inside living in the premises here. And nobody's here.
Well, I am
except the
alone,
lawyer.
and I'm living.
Yeah,
There you go.
but who are you?
I'll tell you that I can be Tracy.
You tell me you can't.
Yeah,
be.
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be Tracy.
Are you Tracy for this purpose? Tracy Moore.
Sure.
Thank you. Sure. All right, Tracy Moore.
Okay.
occupant.
Fantastic. Your Honor, this has to do with a foreclosure of residential real property located at the city of Beverly Hills within this court's jurisdiction. There was a foreclosure sale that commenced on January 10th of 2023 with a redemption period expiring July 10th of 2023. This case was subsequently filed for possession of the property because the redemptive amount was not tendered to HP Foreclosure Solution.
Now, I will say this though. If you were in a foreclosure and they have a redemptive amount, they give you a little time period to come up with this amount before the foreclosure is if the foreclosure is before it becomes final. That will be your last closing window to bring up the accounts payable and all your evidence, and for the adjustment. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to what I believe is send a notice to the court ex parte, so it goes to the judge's chambers so the judge can read it off the record.
Redeeming the property.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Callahan. I hate to ask you this. Sorry. Yes. Can you start over again? Then the foreclosure was here when?
In January 10th of 2023.
So this year. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The redemption period is 6 months.
Yes.
That was July 10th of 2023.
Yes.
No redemptive amount was made by Tracy.
So they gave this lady 6 months. 6 months to get that money up. Instead of working, doing what she got to do, going out there, giving them here, giving them 2,000 here, 3,000 here, and hopes they'll put you back on the payment plan. She went and saw Tazadaq El Bay and them, and they showed her, she brought a package with the money that she could have started paying down her deficit and thought this crazy shit was going to work in court.
Moore or anybody representing Tracy Moore.
It was refused.
Your Honor, no redemption amount was tendered to my client, and this case was subsequently.
Oh, well, Amir Law. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about another scam.
Filed in August of 2023, and here we are. I have received from the person stating for the purposes of this hearing to be Tracy Moore, I don't know what this is, a notice of payment of $153,749.97. when I asked.
There you go. We have another one that's sitting in these fraudulent, fictitious financial instruments that's purportedly drawn on a secret Treasury trust fund account. And I want y'all to watch this idiot, how she tries to explain the validity of that document. I'm not even going to disrespect checks and call it that.
The young lady standing next to me, if that amount was paid, she stated that no amount was paid. Because
What is it that she gave?
I don't know. It's a notice of payment under, as defined by 12 CFR section 229.
So she sent this idiot. This idiot sent this person a notice of payment under 12 CFR 229. And that's why I hate when these sovereign citizens use the same regulations that people know what they're doing use, because it just gets so convoluted. 12 CFR part 229 deals with checks, availability of funds in the processing of checks. What she tendered was not a check. It was a that she got out.
To sub U, which is a non-negotiable instrument apparently, but it's not a check. So no money has been tendered.
Okay.
There's a series of IRS filings that are not applicable to anything at all.
You see, you heard that? A series of IRS filings that are not applicable to the case, because you don't bring IRS filings into the case. That is your filings at the end of the year when your books are closed, and part of your IRS filings is dealing with that specific transaction. Filing IRS documents means nothing, but you know what she thought it meant? That if they would send their copy to the IRS, the Treasury was going to cut them a check, because the premise is there's a secret, non-existent trust fund account with your name on it, and which was going to pay off your debts. So she's putting IRS forms in this case. This is not the place for that. Even if she was doing it correctly, that has nothing to do with this right now.
I don't know if that was filed with the court, but the crux of this is that the redemption was not paid, it was not tendered to my client. My client has title vested 100%, and they're seeking possession of this.
So she sent in one of them goofy sovereign citizen tenure to payment thingamajiggies. Lady, that is not real. No one accepts it. You can't take that and cash it and get legal tender anywhere. These people are out of their freaking mind.
Facts. True science. That's a fact. They're out of their minds, homie. They are out of their minds.
Was there a dispute still? Yeah, it's a dispute. It's my own. Okay, well. I'm in there.
What is your dispute? And the judge asked, he said, are you still going to dispute this? You heard? She said, are you still disputing this? Like, you really want to dispute this? And she is so desperate right now. She done tried everything.
Where is the contract that I have with them, with HP? I'm not a tenant. I've been there for 8 years. I have invested more than invested interest in the home.
Y'all listen to that part. She said she's been there for 8 years. So that means 8 years she was making her payments. She should have ran across my channel and reached out to me. I would have had this matter resolved, because she's been making payments for 8 years. It's only when she couldn't afford to make the payments that she sought out YouTube and Tazadik El-Bay Al-Shabazz and them. And it's just a big mess.
It was foreclosed unlawfully, and I'm in the process of filing a court case on this. I know I'm behind schedule on this.
I don't know what the schedule for that. I can say this though, that sheriff's deed from January of 2023 listing some property that, let's see, was being foreclosed on.
That, yeah, unlawfully.
149,388.68.
Damn, lady, you owe a bag. You owe a bag. Shit, I see why you tried this sovereign citizen shit. The first thing I do when I take on if I take on a person's case and they're in this situation, first thing I do, I'll reach out to the bank and let them know that we have every intention on getting the money back and making the minimum payment to bring the account back current. But before we do that, I'm going to need, and that's when I drop the hammer on them. This.
Let's see, when was the sale? That was on the
The
10th.
sale was
The
July 10th, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, the
payment-
redemption period was over on July 10th. And so it was published in the legal news.
Published something too, some things, and I don't have it with me.
It seems to me, Your Honor, that the lady standing to my right is trying to challenge the foreclosure, and that time period has well passed, and this is not the court to do
Yeah,
that.
that we're in the wrong court.
No, we're not.
She doesn't even know the legal procedures and the time frames to challenge foreclosure. The only thing, and even in this case, this is a writ of possession hearing. But what she should have done at the last hearing is bring up the fact that the mortgage company or the lender never provided her with the proper forms to rescind the transaction. Because I have a Supreme Court case where the couple was in foreclosure and they brought that up and the judge threw out the foreclosure because that's a violation of their Truth in Lending Act when you don't provide me the forms where I can rescind the negotiation within 72 hours. They rarely ever do. She should have did that at the last hearing. That would have at least held off the foreclosure for the time being. And those who are wondering, I have over 100 cases from all different ways that homeowners got their homes out of foreclosure. I have 100 different cases, literally 100 saved to my hard drive. So I think I know a little bit or two about how to attack a mortgage from multiple ways.
Yeah, because I'm not a tenant. I'm a
Okay,
owner.
man. Well, that's just the characterization of landlord and tenant. But it's
There's
for
no
anybody
contract.
that's in premises where they don't have the right to possess them. They can come here. And the right to possess is based upon who has the deed, basically. And in this case, they're saying they got a sheriff's deed because
What if I was her, I would have, if she wanted to do a last minute ditch, I would have researched the AK-10K filings. I would have found out who really has the deed based on their own indenture agreement. And then I would have filed a quit claim deed the legal way with a judge signing off on it, not these sovereign citizen quit claim deeds. And I'd have came in court today challenging that this court does not have subject matter jurisdiction over their claims because they don't really have interest. They're not holder and owner of that mortgage because I'd have pulled out the AK filings and I would have held them by the strict guidelines of their own indenture agreement. So they don't have the right to foreclose because they are not the holders of the note at the time of default. Game, set, match.
this property was properly, they claim properly foreclosed upon.
No, it was
If
not.
you're challenging the foreclosure I don't know what you're claiming that's wrong with the foreclosure.
Well, the note was separated from the mortgage, number one, and you can't do that.
Okay.
And Your Honor,
That's against the law.
So basically, and the judge and the lawyer is not going to deny that. He just going to be like, this ain't the case for that. So this is these people that get a little bit of information but don't know how to put it in legal form. Hey, the note was separated from the deed of trust. You can't do that. That's not a legal argument. You see what I'm saying? That's not a legal argument. That's the wrong time for it in this session. She should have brought this up a long time ago. But remember, she just brought the sovereign citizen packet last week. So she's bringing this new information up now, which this information should have been brought up way before it got here. So the fact that she made a legal validity statement, she's in the wrong courtroom, in the wrong setting, because this is not, they have all their evidence together to prove why they're in court for. Writ of possession. She's in the home. She hasn't made her payments. She can't bring these claims up now at this juncture. This is what I try to get people to say. Timing is everything.
When you purchase a home, there is a promissory note and there's a deed that's provided. Those are two separate and distinct things. We are not.
You see that? You heard what he said? Those are two separate and distinct things. So you have a lawyer confirming what I've been saying. The deed of trust and the promissory note, then people think they're attached together, one and the same, but they have two separate purposes. One has to do with one thing, one has to do with another. But most people think they both have to do with the same thing. And he confirmed what I said. This is a lawyer. Watch what he says out of his mouth.
There is a promissory note and there's a deed that is provided. Those are two separate and distinct things. We are not discussing that.
You see what I'm saying? He said, we're not discussing that though. See, he know she made a valid point, but she don't know enough about the how it happens. This is why I tell everybody, foundation is everything. You can regurgitate, oh, the note was separated from the deed, but if you don't understand the implications of it and what it means and how it affects their security interest enforcement, then I can say, oh, the note was separated from the deed all day. Oh, you can't do that, but you don't know how to argue that point and how it may cause problems for them. This is why I say, don't just memorize words, get the understanding, because she really should have said is the note was separated from the deed and they can't prove that they're the holders of this deed of trust because the note cannot be bifurcated from the deed of trust. When that happens, the security interest ceases to exist. And I say, in the state of this, in Michigan here, the Supreme Court has ruled here, and this here. Also, I want to introduce into evidence, Your Honor, that by their own 8K filing their pooling service agreement, that the deed of trust is transferred to this entity. So this court, I don't say they don't have the right to foreclose. I say this court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over their claim. Woo! Thomas Legacy, y'all getting the free one tonight. That's how you do it.
We're discussing whether or not my client has the legal right to possession of this property, and that there is no defense.
There is a defense.
Well, ma'am, you said you filed another case about to quiet this title because you believe something is wrong with it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not believe. I have proof. I have a.
So where's the other case been?
That's what I'm trying to. I was trying to get down there to file it. I just haven't made it. But I will be there this week for sure.
So you haven't actually filed anything. Lady, get the heck out of here.
Because right now, all I have is what they provided to me.
I didn't send you a copy of what I had sent them when I tendered the payment and they sent it back.
But ma'am, I don't know what you mean by payment. He says it wasn't a check. What was it?
Okay, it was a negotiable instrument that could have been used.
Just like the last one, it was a negotiable instrument that could have been used like a check. Just like it could have been used as a check. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's a negotiable instrument that could have been used as a check. She don't even know what the hell she sent her.
Used as a check.
Y'all know where that was from? That little segment right there. Who know where it's from?
That could have been used as a check.
Right, I'm gonna send you $5 on the Cash App. $5 question. Who know where that was from? Who know where that was from? Oh, Thomas, you missed a lady, another sovereign citizen. She's on the Blackmore side, trying to think she sent in a fictitious, fraudulent instrument trying to pay off her mortgage from a secret treasury trust fund account. God damn it, famous nobodies, you got it. Send me your Cash App. You won $5. Send me your Cash App. God damn it. I should have known. You niggas know everything. Now that's what I say. I say you went $5 on the Cash App. Just know quick $5.
It was a negotiable instrument that could have
Show was $5. Favor, send it to me in your email.
Been used as a check, but it was.
Well, what was behind it? What kind of negotiable instrument?
Well, it was connected to the treasury.
Okay, hold on.
May I approach
the treasury? Like the U.
Okay.
Now, everybody, famous nobody, really send me a Cash App to your to my email. Hey, watch, y'all pay attention to this right here. Just watch this dialogue.
It was a negotiable instrument that could have been used as a check. It was a
Hey, didn't Eddie Murphy brother die? Did he die? Charlie Murphy, right?
Yeah.
He died, right?
Cancer, yeah.
Wow, he was funny as shit
He
too.
was sick after the movie, Scary Movie.
Yeah. Oh, he got sick after that.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
That could have been used as a check. It was a negotiable instrument that could have been used as a check, but it was.
Well, what was behind it? What kind of negotiable instrument?
Well, it was connected to the treasury.
May I approach?
The treasury? Like the U.S. Treasury?
Well, the Michigan Treasury, not the big one.
I would ask, is this what you're?
Yeah,
piece of paper?
it's part of it.
I'm holding in my hand a document that said this is a non-cash item, not a check on the top. And may I approach your honor so you can take a look? This is what we're discussing.
Okay.
Like I said, she done sent them one of them Fugazi sovereign citizens checks. These sovereign citizens are on a world of their own. I can't believe that they expect people to play their game with them. This is ridiculous and it's embarrassing.
I don't know what this is. It's got some numbers on it.
It's not drawn from a bank. It's not a check.
It was gonna be drawn.
Payable through Tracy Moore in good faith. That's her address. It says it's paid to HP foreclosure. And then it has United States Treasury, Pennsylvania Avenue, real property for set up.
So basically, what did she say? United States Treasury, Pennsylvania Avenue. Right? That's what the judge just said. The judge just said United States, she has it as United States Treasury, Pennsylvania Avenue, right? What did we just read? What did I just read? Site draft, worthless documents. These items state that they're payable through the U.S. Treasury, 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Right? Ain't that what ain't that what they said? Ain't that what the judge just said? And what did we just read? What did we just read? What the federal government said about these instruments? So she don't even realize she's sending in a fraudulent instrument because the sovereign citizens who she brought it from just sold her a packet that they knew never worked. They was trying to get the money from her. That's what she purchased. They sold her a packet, and that's what they do. They will sell y'all shit that they tried 5 years ago and never worked. And all they do is say, yeah, it worked for me. I got it. That's all they do. They sell these people shit that they know don't work. That's what they do. Because you know they tried it first, but people keep coming asking about it, so they just keep selling it here. But that's what they did. They sold her a worthless document that they know wouldn't work. But watch what she said. Watch what the judge say, though. Look what the judge says.
These sovereign citizens are on a world of their own. I can't believe that they expect people to play their game with them. This is ridiculous and it's embarrassing.
I don't know what this is. It's got some numbers on it.
It's not drawn from a bank. It's not a check.
It was gonna be drawn.
Payable through Tracy Moore in good faith. That's her address. It says it's paid to HP foreclosure. And then it has the United States.
I've seen that document she got. I'm gonna find on the internet. That's the same document she got. It's that stupid ass bond payable through her all caps and her social security number. The government been said that's fraudulent.
Treasury, Pennsylvania Avenue, real property payable through Tracy Moore in good faith. That's her address. It says it's paid to HP foreclosure. And then it has the United States Treasury.
You see that? United States Treasury. You see that?
Avenue, real property for set off an adjustment. And it's signed by Miss Moore without recourse. This says void where prohibited. Non-cash item per 12 CFR subsection 229.2 U1, 2, and 4.
This food and cent payment from the sovereign citizen imaginary U.S. Treasury account. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen.
And it says here, this is a non-cash item as defined by that section I just said of CFR and issued according to 12 CFR 229.2 K3 and 4. Non-cash item is an item that would otherwise be a check, except that a passport, certification, or other document is attached, or is accompanied by special instructions with a request for special advice or payment or dishonor, or it has not been pre-printed or post-encoded in magnetic ink with the routing number of the paying bank.
What?
I believe, in other words, it's a piece of paper. It's not.
A negotiable demand draft by the U.S. Treasury, a demand draft drawn on the state government or unit of general local government that's not payable through a bank.
That's all they selling, y'all. It's just pieces of paper to these people. When the judge is looking at it like, what the hell is this? Is she really? And look at her. She ain't got no confidence that that'll work. She brought that from the sovereign citizen packet. She was facing, and she started Googling how to get out your mortgage, and the sovereign citizenship popped up, and she contacted the person, got the packet, and this is where she's at.
Do you see the look on the judge's face? She looks dumbfounded, as she should be, quite frankly.
Okay.
The lawyer said it's just a piece of paper. That's all it really is. and it was probably printed on regular print paper. Like you just typed it up and printed off. Like you type it up, print it off, and say, here, this is payment.
I mean, you just, I don't know what this is, but you
That's what the judge just said. I don't know what this
said that no money accompanied this. So, and this was, I don't know when it was dated, June 10th.
Mhm. It was within the time period,
But
but they held it and then.
well, let me ask you this.
Sent it back.
Where were they supposed to cash this?
Well, they would have sent everything to the treasury. It was all the original, was everything. All they had to do was just send it to the treasury.
And the treasury has $153,700.
You heard what she said? Oh, it's just to the treasury. All they got to do is send it to the treasury. Might I remind you of what? Might I remind you? Might I remind you? Might I remind you that we just went over the alert 9910? Might I remind you? We just went over that. Shit. How about now? Can y'all hear me? All right. Might I remind you, we just went over the alert 9910 where these documents saying payable through the U.S. Treasury is not legal. Then we just go over that. She don't even know what she sent in is already, like, if I would have put that document in front of her face, she'd have been like, oh man, she don't even know it's worthless because she brought it from the Sovereign Citizen University.
$53,749.97 that belongs to you, that then they were just gonna pay to them.
Yes.
Okay. I don't see how that.
That's it. Listen, I'm telling y'all, people think I'm crazy. People, you ain't got to be rich, but people who are getting by on their own, they don't fall for this shit. It's only the desperate, broke, foreclosure, repossession, lawsuits, injunctions for payment, getting sued for money, or people that's facing criminal cases are the main ones who fall for this shit right here. Just regular, honest, working people that get paid every 2 weeks, they're not falling for this shit. Because first of anything, you ain't fucking up what I got going on. They're not falling for this. The desperate falls for the Moors shit. And Tony, that's not no shot at you. And I'm not even saying that's your position. But from people that I've seen, bro, these motherfuckers desperate as hell.
Well, we wouldn't know because they sent it back.
You already said we wouldn't know if you're gonna get paid because they supposed to just send it to the treasury. Oh yeah, just send this worthless document to the treasury.
Because my client can't do anything with that.
Well, when I called, why didn't they say that? They held it for 2 weeks.
They don't
And
need to do
then-
anything with that. It's not a payment. If there was a payment, they would have to accept that payment. There was no payment.
So pretty much this was all just one big experiment, and we're just gonna hope and
That's exactly what it was. A big experiment, hoping that what she paid for worked. That's what it boils down to. What True Science just said. It was one big experiment, and they hope, and she hoped that it worked.
see if they can get some type of payment from the secret treasury. This lady is out of her freaking mind. They need to take her for a mental evaluation.
So, other than your issues thinking that something's wrong with the foreclosure itself.
Oh yeah, if I had a securitization audit done, and it showed.
Another thing about that securitization audit. They are not admissible in court because the people that give these securitization audits, they never come to court and testify as an expert witness on it. They never do. That's a hallmark of these people scamming you. And 98% of securitization audits are flawed and inadmissible because they never trace your monthly payments into the account of the investors. They never have that information in there. I've probably seen one out of hundreds I've seen. They don't ever have it there. 98% of these securitization audits are flawed and it's inadmissible because all the information they have in the securitization audit, the judge could easily just research on the SEC database. That's all it is. All they do is go on SEC, research what's there, and then put it in their own little form. But they never showed the payments, the cash flow payments from the borrower, and it ended up in the account in which the investors have a beneficial interest in. Without the securitization audit evidence in that, your securitization audit means nothing.
And
Well, ma'am.
in the
I guess
And she's bringing it up. It doesn't matter at this point. They're not there for that. They're not arguing the validity of the mortgage. They're arguing that, hey, the redemption period has passed. Now we want to take possession of the house. So she should have brought this up like 3 court proceedings earlier. But instead of paying down the balance and trying to get back on a payment plan, she sought out the sovereign citizen. She sought out the sovereign citizens to help her out.
my question is this. If I'm gonna have a trial, which is what today's date was originally scheduled for, I just see some real question of fact. I'm not exactly seeing it. I got a sheriff's deed, and I know it's a redemption period of 6 months. You got this, which is, to my knowledge, not any type of cash item. And I don't see how they could, where they would take it to even try to remit or cash it. I mean, it's like I don't know where you got it from, but it says the document has a background in micro printing, and there's an artificial watermark on the reverse side.
She got it from Light to Jerry Bay, Your Honor.
I have no idea where you got this and how they were supposed to cash it.
just needed to send it in. And I would like to know, how do they have title if I'm living in a home? I thought 9/10 of it was possession.
I don't know what that means. I can tell you
9/10 of possession. There she go with that bullshit again.
that they went through what is known to be a ballot process in Michigan, which is a foreclosure by advertisement.
That is so not constitutional. And that was why I had brought up your oath also, to kind of make sure that.
Now she bringing up their oath of office. Typical sovereign citizen grab bag tricks. When everything else don't work, can I get your oath of office? Typical sovereign citizen. They only bring the oath of office up when everything else breaks down. Out of their checklist of what to say, that's when they bring that shit up.
And I got a little help because you took an oath to uphold the Constitution. And that,
I'm very fully willing and able and capable of doing that. But where's the constitutional issue here?
Well, that's
this is a matter of Michigan statute.
No, but it's not a law. Statutes are not law.
Typical Moorish American arguments. She told you she's on the black side. The Moorish American sovereign citizen argument. Typical Moorish American sovereign statutes aren't laws. Then what the fuck are they? Because when you go to 26 USC, that's the law. 26 CFR is the regulations of how the law is implemented. So what the fuck are you talking about, lady? You don't know because you brought the sovereign citizen packet, and this is where you're at.
So where are they?
What do you mean, where are they?
If they're not laws, well, they're on the
They're
books.
not
Books as
guns,
laws in
but
this
they're
state.
not
So
guns.
I'm not sure if they're not laws to you, what are they?
No, I mean, they're laws in a sense, but not laws by the Constitution. They're not laws made from Congress. Congress makes the
I
law.
mean, there's federal law and there's state
Yes,
law.
yes, but state comes from the.
No, it doesn't. What do you mean it comes from it? Do you realize you got 50 sovereign states here that can do their own thing, separate and aside from what the federal government does? And they do it all the time. All the time. What they can't do is something that is a constitutional violation of their state constitution or the federal constitution. I don't see what this is a violation of a constitution.
It's quite sad because this Moorish woman has absolutely no clue of what she's talking about. And she's about to become homeless because of her sovereign beliefs.
Just to foreclose on property when the bill hasn't been paid.
Skybiz, all property belongs to the state. You probably got that from Senate document number 43, 1933, 73rd Congress, first session. I know exactly where you got it from. It's going to be okay, Skybiz. You're going to come around that, and hopefully one day you understand that 98% of what you learn has been misinterpreted. Okay? One day you're going to see the light that 98% of everything you quoted has been nothing more than a misinterpretation. All right? That wasn't a law that said that. That wasn't law. That wasn't this is law. That was just a congressman speaking. A congressman speaking does not make the law. Just because the congressman said that don't mean it's law. Y'all, I know where you got it from. Senate document 43, 73rd Congress, first session, 1933. That was just a congressman speaking. You will only use that to make a point that you're trying to make. This point was substantiated by the quote from this congressman. You don't use that as law. You're thinking that's law, Skybiz. And that's, I know what the, Skybiz, I know, I just said where you got that from. I already know where you got it from. And I'm actually going to go to the Library of Congress to see if that's really on the, but that wasn't law. That was just a congressman giving his point when they were going over the reorganization of the United States. Just because a congressman says that, you got to understand the context. You could use that to support your position, and it may give some validity to your position, but that's pretty much all it goes. It don't mean that you're no longer liable for the debt. That's what I'm saying. It don't mean that. And if you really want to get into the context of what they were really saying, I'm not even going to say that now, but you should already know that the second part of what they said of that is what makes us liable. You got to understand the second part. Skybiz. You know what? You just have a system, a belief system, Skybiz. All your years you've probably been studying. You've been studying the wrong shit, Skybiz. You don't know what you're talking about. You've been wrong on every point that you tried to make. You've been countered on every point. What did I tell you, Skybiz? You didn't have to do that. I already told you where you got it from. I already read that out. You went to go look for it like you proving a point. And I already said, I already know what you're going to say. You're going to say Senate document 43, 73rd Congress, first session. Y'all, put a 1 in the chat if I did not say that. You think you're teaching me something. I already knew where you were going with it. That is nothing more. Yo, that narrator funny as shit. No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, y'all. Sky Biz, but you don't understand. That came purportedly from a congressman. It means nothing. It doesn't prove you. It means nothing. It's not law. It means nothing. It means nothing. Everybody that quoted Senate Document 43, property in this, it don't mean nothing, though. That's what I'm saying. Y'all keep dying on the hills that's not worth dying. It means nothing. It's not going to get you out of mortgage. It's not going to get you out of your auto loan. It's not going to get you out of nothing because you signed the contract. Remember, you got to sign the mortgage contract obligating yourself to pay. The state is not signing the contract. You're entering in the contract freely. That's the point you're missing, Sky Biz. You're still signing the contract. Why didn't you walk your happy ass down to the governor's office and make the state sign the contract on your behalf? Exactly. So it means nothing. I told you, you sovereign citizen mindset, y'all bring up worthless arguments that can be immediately shut down. Argument shut down right there. It means nothing. You signed the contract. So what else? Means nothing. What you gonna do? Come into court with Senate document number 43 saying, so this basically saying is, you're saying bingo. Hey, yo, this crazy. Sky Biz, you really said bingo like you did something. I already read off the statute that you was about to post. I already read it off. You ain't do nothing. I already knew the statute. I read that statute 10 years ago. So basically, all she got to do is come in there and says, the ownership of all properties in the state, individual so-called ownership is only by virtue of the government, i.e., something given to the government's will or something. So all you got to do, based on what you saying, Scott Biz, is all a person in foreclosure, all they got to do is quote that statute, and the government's going to be like, hey, you're no longer liable for the payment because it's in the government. What is the end goal with it? Okay, we get that. But are your bills going directly to the state or are they still coming in your name? That's what I'm saying. You can know all that shit if you want. What does it mean? How are you going to use this to get out your obligations that you voluntarily contracted for? The state ain't contract for it. You contracted for the debt. So how do you get out the debt that you contracted for? By quoting Senate document number 43. You know how many people tried that shit? Scott Biz, I'm telling you. People, the same argument that you're making now, people tried that shit in a court case, in their foreclosure. You know what the judge said? Sovereign citizen talking point. That's what I'm saying. Make you a debtor on these bonds. Everybody's a debtor on these bonds. And they raise the money to pay the bonds by taxes. It doesn't change nothing. This is what I'm trying to get your mindset to. You're dying on hills that are not worth dying on. It doesn't mean nothing. What you're talking about deals nothing with the X's and O's. It deals nothing with the accounts payables and the accounts receivables. It deals nothing with the indenture agreement, your debt instrument, the stated redemption price at maturity. It doesn't deal with the dealer loan account where part of your finance charge or the finance charge for the mortgage is going there. It's deal nothing with 26 USC 7282. What you're saying deals nothing with the X's and O's in the accounting and trust law and the accounting and tax law. What you said if you would send all your arguments tonight to the IRS, they will give you a frivolous filing charge. So it means nothing. So it means nothing. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean nothing. Buying property doesn't make you a about. See, this is why I said you don't have the understanding. You think you have the understanding, but you don't, because when you're dealing in these transactions and dealing with the IRS, it's never about the property. It's all about the instruments you sign. Your properties is deemed a gift that you gifted to them, which is trust, which is a grant. Your property. It's about the instruments you sign. Debt instrument, stated redemption price on maturity over the issue price. So it's not about the property anyway. So what are you talking about? You think this is really about her physical house right here? It's not about her physical house. It's not about a physical house. Right. Skybiz, you think it's about the physical house. I've been said that numerous of times. Chat, haven't I been saying it's not about the physical house? The physical house don't mean shit. It's all about the securities that you sign in the debt instruments. See what I'm saying? Skybiz, you missing it. Yeah. Nah, because, and these are the type of people that they think they know so much in the belief system that anything that comes in that contradicts what they think they got to go extra hard to defend their belief system. And this is why the bill said the most people that get far, the people that don't get far in this are the ones who think they understand the system that they know very little about. Skybiz, you know very little about this system that you think you understand, because you think we talking about the actual house itself. And the IRS been saying the contracts, everything. It's never about the house itself. It's always about the debt instrument. Your remedy lies in the debt instrument. It's not about the house itself, but you're talking about a house. And I knew you was going to bring up Senate document number 43, 73rd Congress, first session, 1933, because that's why I quoted it out, that before you was going to look for it, I already said it. So you didn't even have to go post that, because I already said it. I knew where you was going. I know you may think that you know a lot, but judging on your talking, because I'm light years ahead of you, because that's how I know these things. I am light years ahead of you. You probably know about 10% of what you really think you know. I'll put you in the 10% category, because you didn't quote not one time since you've been in this chat anything that really has value and validity to the real substance of the transaction. And now if you would have been saying ASC 230, ASC 860, ASC 740, I'd have been like, oh, okay, you know, you ain't going there. You going straight off off a cliff. That's where you're heading, right off a cliff. Because you think all you got to do is know one little section of this and apply it to every situation, and that's just not reality.
It was foreclosed unlawfully from Huntington. They didn't have a right to foreclose. They separated the note. And that's a known fact. They never recorded the note. They recorded the mortgage. And you're not supposed to do that. That's what part of the affidavit said on the man, the gentleman that did the audit for it. That is not lawful.
Your Honor, if that's the case, there was plenty of time to challenge that in the circuit court. This is not the forum for that. The time has lapsed for that to be challenged.
No, it's fraud. It's
That's right. If you're not talking about the trust relationship, you really don't understand the true nature and where your entitlements really lie. Because it's really the trust. It's really a trust relationship with the deed of trust. Hence, deed of trust. Y'all, sometimes y'all got to let people fall flat on their face until they learn. I guarantee you, any document that Skybiz sends off based on this person's understanding is going to fall flat on their face. And I'm not saying I hope it happens, but your rhetoric, what you're saying, you're talking like a person, like when you're just in this space 1 to 2 years, that's how these people talk. But as the years go, you're usually supposed to see the progression of what they talk about. Everything that you're talking about now, this is when I studied my first year in this. I'm in year 10. Now I'm on the securities brokers level. You're still at the infant stages. You're still at the stages. We don't owe nothing. Money ain't shit. They own our property. We don't owe shit. You're still in that mindset. As you start to evolve, SkyBiz, you're really going to get to the X's and O's and get to the actual securitization, the accounting, and the taxes of it. You're at the baby stages.
It's always a challenging problem.
You know, I've got some case law.
Yeah, but let SkyBiz rock out. As long as they ain't saying nothing crazy, y'all can let them rock out. He ain't really doing nothing. But yeah, but SkyBiz, I was right where you was at when I started in my year 1 of my 10th year on this, which is about to be my 11th. You're definitely at the baby stages, brother or sister. I don't know what your gender is, but I can tell by your talk. Like I've been doing this for a decade straight, bro. You're definitely at the baby stages.
Somewhere on the fact that, you know, the time to challenge these kinds of things in the foreclosure would be during the time that you have redemption. It would be at the circuit court. I mean, at this point, the redemption.
Once again, like you said, if you're talking about trust, you're talking about the straw man. We're not talking about that trust that you think. See, once again, baby stages. You think when we say trust that we're talking about the straw man trust. It's not that trust we're talking about. It's about the trust relationship you're forming with the issuing entity in the securitization. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, SkyBiz, you know very little of what you think you know. You thought Kevin was talking about the trust straw man. We're light years past that. We're talking about the trust relationship between you and the issuing entity as a non-disclosed third party to the contributor to capital of the issuing entity's property. That's what we're talking about. And you're right. Any type of transfer does create a trust. I do not have a mortgage. Oh, let me guess. Hold on. I'm going to fill in the blanks for you, SkyBiz. Mortgage, dead pledge, right? I got you.
The period is over, but if there's something that went wrong with it,
the problem with I see that SkyBiz will face, though, is that when you don't evolve your belief system, you don't evolve your knowledge, and you just hone in on what you already know and double down and triple down on what you think you already know. When you don't start expanding your knowledge of the system, you will find yourself in a perpetual cycle of stagnation.
The court could rule on it, but you don't have a case there.
Or I will. I'm working on it.
Well, you know, ordinarily, I mean, this would be the trial date, but I just don't see where the issue of fact is that would require us to actually have a trial in this instance.
Well, I'm asking, can you give us a trial date, please?
This is the trial date.
Oh, okay, I just misunderstood.
Yeah, this is the trial date. And of course, I'd have them call witnesses if I thought it was necessary, but I don't see where it's necessary. I mean, all the documentation he has looks good, and you don't have any documentation that says this is not good, except for your statements that you believe are accurate.
See, SkyBiz, it's nothing wrong with people renting in this world. People rent all the time. But the difference over here, we actually understand how to recover what we pay out of pockets on a debt instrument that was already paid at the close of the transaction. See, when you start to stay in my group longer and start to understand the study, you'll start taking the next steps, because everything that you said up to this point has been typical beginner stages, sovereign citizen, just coming about. So I think you probably only been at this a year or two. I would be surprised if you have been at this for 5 years and you're still talking like this, because I talked like that in the beginning. And that was 9 years ago for me. What you saying right now, was talking just like that 9 years ago. So I hope this is like your first or second year in this. I would be surprised if this is your third or fourth year in it. But my very first year, not knowing shit, this is what you talking is everything I was saying in my first year.
And if you wanted to file something, you have plenty of time to file something, Ms. Moore, to challenge this in the proper court. This court just says, was there a proper foreclosure? You know, did they follow? There's just a process. There's procedures. You know, when they file it, they have to give certain notice, do certain things, give a redemption time.
They still didn't do that properly.
Well, what didn't they do?
Well, they were supposed to have served me and they didn't. They
Served you or what?
Served me of the first paperwork. They were sticking stuff on.
So you say it was never noticed in any kind of way? It wasn't tacked?
No, I'm not saying never, but I wasn't personally served.
You don't have to be personally served if they can't find you personally.
This is quite sad because if this lady would have hired legal counsel, she would have had a much better chance. But because she stuck on a sovereign citizen belief system, she didn't do that. And now she's about to become homeless because of her
about to learn today. Shit, about to learn. You gonna learn today.
Stupidity.
They have alternate means to tack and do things.
They didn't really.
Scott Biz, you should probably invest in joining my Telegram group. I guarantee you, just my class last night in Telegram, Supreme Elite Team Group, I guarantee you everything that I went over, you don't even know exists. And that's not taking a shot at you. I guarantee you'll benefit from being my Telegram. I think that will help you see the bigger picture because you're very narrow, closed-minded in your belief. And this system is so much bigger than what we think it is. And I guarantee you, out of those 20 codes and regulations as my citation of authority for one auto transaction, I guarantee you, you've never read not one of them.
But still, this.
Did you want to add something?
No, Your Honor, I'm just asking for a judgment to issue provided until December 7th for all occupants of the residential real property at one.
No,
oh, you already know what she gonna do next. She about to go with the Moors. She about to start squatting. She about to try to get the locks changed. You already know they about to go. She about to go file all type of quick claim deeds. Oh, she about to be a cold-blooded squatter now.
Okay. Well, the court is constrained to have to grant his relief because they don't see the issue of fact here for trial. It appears based upon a review of all the documentation that's been provided that there was a valid foreclosure sale. Redemption period has passed. There was some type of something proffered that doesn't appear to be known legal tender for the.
Yeah, but even the audit, I get you. If you got enough money for audit, you probably have enough for attorney, but even the audits are inadmissible in court because there's no expert witness coming to testify to it. You got to get your expert witness to come testify. And 98% of audits fail because they never trace the borrower's payments directly to the investor. That's the only way you can start stating a claim. Most of these audits don't have that. And most of these audits, what they put in the report, you can easily look on the SEC website and find out for yourself.
I guess the redemption amount. And if there is any question about the foreclosure itself or the validity of this tender, I think at this point should have been litigated at the circuit court. So I'll go ahead and get the judgment of possession for the plaintiff.
She lost her house following the sovereign citizen redemption theory. We don't own the property. There is no money. There is no debt. There's no money. We don't own the property. The state owned the property, so we ain't got to pay shit. She lost her fucking house Pay attention, Sky Biz.
Yeah, and you'll have, after I sign this judgment, you'll have 10 days to file an appeal. The writ date will be, if I have the judgment today, it's gonna be December 7th. And that's the appeal date.
Thank you, Mayor. It's not a new form with the silly box on the top. I don't know if you want me to get a new judgment form or just.
What's missing?
If I was her before this court, if I was her in that position, I would have spanked this attorney.
The new scale form has a box that says Your Honor agrees and feels that this is fair. That's the only real difference between them. So I don't know.
Well, we have
what scale's doing. So
we have a lot of these. So I guess I agree because I'm signing it.
Exactly. That's my point. But thank you, Jerry.
This little puny motherfucker, little Poindexter, Tweedledee motherfucker, probably he wouldn't have been prepared for what I'd have came in and hit his ass with. And I'd have been giving him copies of my exhibits right there. We ain't even gotta go far. Arms reach, bam. Oh, bam. Hit this one. Go ahead and shuffle through it. I'd have spanked his ass.
Okay. So if you're going to appeal, you need to do it before December the 7th. Yes.
You talking? Why ain't you just save his name, Yusuf L? Why you ain't say you say high frequency rating? Why don't you just say his name, Yusuf L? I get you, Yusuf L. You talking about you been filing shit since 08 and you ain't got. Hold on, man. All right, y'all, that's the end of it. She pretty much lost this shit. So basically, you've been filing shit. You've been filing shit since 08. And you've been filing shit since 08. Good, keep nice consistency. But you ain't got none of this. You ain't got one of those yet from your filings? Because that's what I got for my filings for my client. For my client, that's what I did. That's what I did for her. And the reason I highlight this one, because this was Navy Federal. This one in puny law. This was Navy Federal. Navy Federal folded their cards. So you've been filing. You must got one of these under your. You've been following Yusuf L and all this, so you must have one of this got access to your estate enough to make one of these deposits. You must have since you've been following Yusuf L. And I'm pretty sure since Yusuf L, you've been setting all this shit off. Pretty sure you've been setting all that shit off. And then I know your private checks has been honored by the IRS. Say you've been doing this since 08. I'm pretty sure you got big results to show. Pretty sure you got big results to show since you've been doing this since 08. I'm pretty sure you've been doing this since 08. I'm pretty sure you got big shit, big accomplishments. I'm pretty sure you have. I'm pretty sure you have. And I'm pretty sure you've been doing this since 08. I'm pretty sure you got shit to show. I ain't even post all the other tax shit and all the other new results. I gotta upload it. I'll upload it for y'all. Oh, this is another one. This is a different one. The other one was 16,000 some change. This one's 15. I'm pretty sure you got big shit to show. I gotta upload some more results, y'all. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I keep forgetting because I don't really feel like it's a need to. Because even the stuff I keep showing, most people ain't even got that. They ain't even got that to show. It's another one of mine. It's the one I filed this year. Another one. Add those up. So know you got big estimated tax payments of that bag coming when you file your taxes this year. I know you got that. Central. Know you got a sack coming to you this year. Know you got a sack coming to you this tax season. I know you got a sack coming to you this year. And not just me, I got a sack coming for all my clients too. You've been doing this since 08. I know you got big shit to show. Big receipts. Shit. Everything mine ain't from the IRS. Told you I took down Navy Federal. Show me, Scott Biz, show me one mortgage you set off and they actually issued a satisfaction of lien. Listen, Scott Biz, don't get it twisted. This wasn't no check. This was just a set off of a debt. My mom she ain't get no money back from this. I got over 100 grand just her alone. I said, "Oh, she ain't get no money back yet." I ain't even found no 843s on hers. I just left it. She was just happy with that. Left it alone. But I'm not even talking about the money aspect. I'm just talking about a satisfaction of lien off a mortgage. This is a mortgage, which 300 something grand. That's a actually proper set off of a mortgage where you going back and forth with them, you let your position know, and the bank says, or the credit union says, well, all right, you're right. She really don't owe us anymore. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about nothing. Forget the money. I'm talking about that right there. This is the most important one I'm talking about with regards to you right here. Do you have one of these to show from your teachings following high frequency radio? I can keep showing this same set off. Want to know why? Because I guarantee you, this is one more than anything that these social media, YouTube, TikTok gurus can show. So I ain't talking about forget the money aspect. We talking about discharge of debt. Like you said, discharge of debt. I got 3 different instances of a discharge of debt, and the amounts is way more than 15 grand each one. And they don't let that shit go. That's all I'm saying. So if you got that, to show from you, I'm just wrapping up. All right, bet. So when you've been with high frequency, I'm pretty sure he got you that. Because I got this on my own. Just like I've been saying, I don't have a lien. You know, what you don't understand is anytime a person would have paid off their mortgage, that's what happens after you make your final payment. They file this. Anybody that successfully paid off their mortgage, that's what they get in the mail after they make their final payment. So basically that 300-something thousand that she owed, they just considered that already paid. That's why they filed that and released the lien off the house based off the deed of trust. And now we in the process of recouping $225,000 that of the proceeds that come back to her. Trust me, broski. Even though your teachers might be like they know a lot, I guarantee you there ain't too many people in these spaces that know what I know. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I've been on their channels. I've heard all their talking points. Ain't too many people in these spaces that know what I know. It can actually show. That's a fact, bro. Or I don't know. Are you a male or female? Can you let me know? Because I don't want to keep mischaracterize who you are. Well, my client, she didn't have to pay in cash in order to get out of her mortgage. She didn't have to pay in cash. She didn't pay that 300-something thousand. She didn't have to pay that. She didn't have to pay it because I know the accounting. And I didn't bring up the birth certificate. I didn't bring up none of what you've been talking about all night. Let's just say that. I haven't brought up nothing of what you've been talking about all night. So maybe there's a chance that there may be other ways that you can get things done besides just the way you know. I'm not saying abandon what you know, but you may be able to add to your repertoire. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You maybe want to add to your repertoire. Before we go, anyone out join the group? This is the mission updates for everybody. All right, y'all. Supreme Elite team. We are back in the building tomorrow. Tonight's part 2, the wife's birthday. Listen, if you want to join the Thomas Legacy Supreme Elite team at the discounted rate of $300, check the community tab first. You don't have to send me an email asking what you need to do because everything you need to do is in the community tab. That's where it is at. Now, the instructions are in their community tab. Do not send me a request talking about you want to do business with me. Code word for I want to get what you have to offer. Don't pay for it under the guise of we're a business partner. That won't work. Don't send me a long email talking about your plight and your problems. That don't work. If you want to take advantage of the discount up until 12 a.m. Tuesday morning, then you need to check the community tab. Want to join? 12 midnight up to tonight. Get you 300 in after 12 midnight tonight. Goes back to the normal rate. One thing I don't need to cap, not just me, but my Supreme Elite team members, my new culture members, we get to that bag in real life. We get to it in real life. My people in my group, they get to that bag in real life. Productive members of society. That's all who I want around me. You ain't got to be rich. You got to be productive to be a part of my team. And that's all who I have around me in my group. Productive members, business owners, millionaires in my group, business owners, productive members. Everybody can hold their own. We do this shit in real life. Don't worry, I got some videos I'm gonna post in my community tab. I want y'all to see how I really do it. For you Moors, you ever seen a $100,000 cash in your face? Don't worry, I got something for y'all for you Moors. Sorry, I'm gonna show you. Dropping that video. About to see that. All Federal Reserve notes. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it tomorrow. Black and white group. Y'all get in the black and white group. You can still get in the black and white group. We're going over a properly filed 1099-C and a properly filed 1099 OID, what it's supposed to look like. And then Thursday, my mortgage people and my trustee services people, we're going live Thursday. All right. But we're going to show you exactly tomorrow in the black and white group how a 1099 OID is supposed to look and how a 1099-C is supposed to look. My 1099s have already been stamped by the Criminal Investigation Division, the CID of the IRS. They're legit. So if it's legit, they will send, because I know how to defend. And if you don't know how to defend, they will not send. I don't have $1.5 million in my account like Midwest. Midwest got 1.5. See the account. He showed the account. You know, he took it down later on, which I thought it was a smart move. He got 1.5. I don't got 1.5 right now, but I guarantee you, I got 7 figures coming back to me from the IRS. Already been confirmed over the phone. I got high 7 figures coming back. I ain't got what he got right now. I got 7 figures coming back. I don't even know if he got it. I think he do. I believe he did. I don't know if there's any evidence of it on his channel lately, but we'll see. With that being said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Legacy Equitable Solutions, Thomas Legacy 603 at gmail.com. Hold on. Thomas Legacy 603 at gmail.com. You inquiry of any services, check the community tab. Go down to like 3 or 4. We are in the building. You broke sovereign citizen Moors. Stop trying to come for the teacher's teacher. You try to come for me, you got to at least have about access to at least 25 grand in your accounts right now. You at least got to have access to that. If you ain't got at least access to 25 grand right now, you broke Moors, don't come for me. If you could show receipts like we could show over here, don't come for me. And not just me. Members are getting remedy too. I don't care about me. It's the people around me that gets remedy that I care about. Unless your people can't show remedy, don't come for me. Unless you got cash receipts like me, don't come for me. Never come for the teacher's teacher unless I send for you. With that being said, one go.